Seattle win 20-15 against the New York Football Giants. Sunday, the Houston Texans welcome the Jacksonville Jaguars into NRG Stadium with the kickoff set for noon. In college football, the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns take on Mississippi State in Austin. The 24th ranked Texas A&M Aggies are in Arlington as they take on Arkansas at Jerry World. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to ya. How we doing out there, San Antonio? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm AJ Hoffman. My co-host, as always, the prolific Rob Thompson. Hello, Rob. Rob.
Where's Rob at?
Oh,
man. He didn't come in today?
Rob took a day off. On the
What?
Rob took a day off the day after the Cowboys played.
I don't know.
The day before an Aggie game.
Did he celebrate too much?
This is a sandwich day for Rob.
Yeah, it is.
Cowboys yesterday, Aggies tomorrow. This is Rob should be in here wearing his, what does he call his shirt?
I don't know. I call it the waiter shirt.
His Guayuberas.
Yeah, Guayuberas.
Guayuberas.
Yeah.
And he's not here. Rob is in the continuing search to build the perfect chicken coop.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. He keeps building new chicken coops, and then his chickens keep getting murdered. So finally, he's rented I don't even know what he's got, like a backhoe or something. He's building a chicken fortress today.
It's gonna be a mess.
So he's operating heavy machinery today.
Ah,
And he was
okay.
like,
Well,
he said, "Man, they're dropping it off at about 8 o'clock. I just want to, got to get it going." So I said, "All right, man.
well,
I'll handle it." And then last night, I said, Rob was like, "Why don't you ask Joe? Why don't you ask Joe if he wants to come in and do the show?"
yeah.
And I said, "Man, I don't want to ask those dudes to wake up in the middle of the night and come in and do a morning show and then do their afternoon show
Right.
later.
Yeah, yeah.
8 hours of radio is a lot of radio in a day. And we don't really have we don't have depth around here.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
not like a guy who can.
We don't have an overnight guy or
or
weekend guy.
weekend, middays, any of that stuff. So it's like,
If you're out, you're out.
so to be quite frank, I've never done a show by myself before I was here. I've been in radio since 2004.
Wow.
Never done a show by myself before I came here.
Until Rob was gone.
Until Rob
Yeah.
got sick.
Oh, yeah. I
Remember when he got sick?
Yeah, quote unquote. Yeah.
And he was miraculously better the next day. Miraculous recovery.
Yeah, he was probably in bed with an IV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Why don't you just ask Joe? Joe will probably, he'd be excited to do the show with you." So I'm at Perry's Pizza last night, which good time. Had a good time there. I went out and I saw the Blitz. Drank some free Yingling. Couldn't complain about that.
Okay.
And I had some real good pizza. I had a good time. They got a
Nice.
lot of TVs. They got about 65 taps, something like that.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
What's your favorite out of them?
Well, I don't know. The Yingling was free, so I was drinking
you
that.
Stuck with that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
First of all, that's my favorite beer is the free kind.
Is
And
the
then
free-
after that,
of course.
it's, well, whatever.
It's just whatever.
You
I
know,
get it.
There's a lot of barbecue places that when you're in line, they'll come out and give you free Lone Star, typically Lone Star beer.
Right.
And Lone Star beer is not the kind of beer that I'm typically looking to drink, but when it's free, it's for me.
Oh, it tastes good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thirsty.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I didn't really get into the tap handles, but I'm going to go back. I dug the place, and it's not far from me.
Okay.
So, yeah, that'll be a go-to spot. But I said, Joe, first of all, no pressure. I said, if you say no to this, It's okay. And the first thing he said was,
No.
man, you're effing with me, right? And he thought I was going to, was playing some kind of prank on him or something.
Oh,
'Cause
well, that's the
I mess with Joe all the time. My goal in life is to make
suspect.
Joe as uncomfortable as possible.
Yeah, he knew something was coming, but he
But
didn't know what it was.
I said, dude, I want you to feel like when I ask you this, I totally understand if you say no. I said, do you want to come in and do the show with me tomorrow? And he's like, man, I do. But he's like, I don't know how long I'm going to be here tonight.
That's right.
And we're drinking free beer. He's like, I don't know,
It's a school night.
I don't
Yeah,
know what kind of
if I'm
night it's going to be for me.
Man.
Plus, his wife's been gone for 2 or 3 days, so I think Joe was about to board the train to Pound Town.
That's a definite no to you then.
Yeah, Joe is a 60-minute man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no denying.
Takes him an hour to get to the bed or what?
No. I imagine Joe Reinagel being the most generous lover.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you comfortable?
Oh, yes. Let me massage your toes.
Yeah. Let me massage your back.
Oh.
Are you okay? Do you want some water?
Yes. And then offers up multiple orgasms to his lady.
Yep.
I mean, Maggie, what a lucky gal to have married him, because Joe
took care of business.
I mean, Joe could get whatever he wants.
Right?
Still. He walks around that Perry's Pizza and all the ladies are just.
They're just, is that him?
That's Joe Reinagel. Wow. I think that's Joe. And
he's walking around in the kind of like the way John Redcorn is when he talks.
Oh,
the wavy of his hair.
Yes.
And, just anytime he opens his mouth, it just hair moves.
Joe Redcornagel.
There we go.
But he was like, no, man. And then on the way out, I was like, all right, I'm heading out. And he's like, hey, man, don't be mad at me. I was like, dude, I'm not mad at you at all. I'll be okay. I'll survive this.
Yeah, don't feel guilty about anything.
No, I will survive. If anyone should feel guilty, it's Rob. Let's all remember that.
Yeah.
Let's all remember that.
He chose a backhoe over you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bros before backhoes is what I always live by, but,
but
not Rob. Not Rob. Backhoes before everything is what he says. But luckily for us, there's plenty to talk about today. You know what, though, where we'll start? You and Rob were wrong. I was right.
About what? Oh.
Barbacoa and Big Red.
You didn't like it? Come on.
I love barbacoa.
Yeah?
I took 2 bites, got my mouth real full of that fat.
Did you have pico de gallo or salsa in it?
No, I had onions and cilantro.
Okay, that's perfect. That's good.
And I could feel the, when your mouth starts to get worn down from having that fat, you can already feel it breaking down.
Yeah. Okay.
I got to that feeling, and I said, all right, here we go. It's time.
You got the Big Red? Not Big Red Zero, right?
No, this is Big Red, full flavor.
In a can.
Full flavor in a can. I popped that can, and I took a big swig.
Like cherry cough syrup?
I almost gagged.
Really?
I just don't like it.
You can't? Oh, come on.
It doesn't go. Listen.
I could drink that forever.
Was it better than Big Red without barbacoa? Yeah. Yeah, probably. But it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And then when I looked at the can, and it was like, I was looking at the nutrition facts.
Oh yeah, they're probably awful.
It's like added sugar. It's 85% of your of whatever your daily sugar limit is supposed to be is in that one can of Big Red.
Can, yeah.
So I took 2 sips because I took the first swig, big swig.
Okay.
I said that's no good. And then I was like, all right, well, let me try and cover it up with some barbacoa. So I ate another bite of barbacoa.
Okay.
Swished it around a little bit, like.
You gargled Big Red.
Oh, yeah. No. And then I took another drink of the Big Red, and I said, nope, not doing this.
Wow.
Threw away the can of Big Red.
I would have finished the can of Big Red first before the taco. I don't know.
What?
I grew up on that. I'm telling you.
That's why you got the beatus.
Oh, definitely. I was eating flour tortillas with butter and Big Red like all my childhood life, like every day. So it was bound to happen.
Did your mom use like Big Red for a marinade?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then again, my entire family is diabetic, so
See, you guys.
when you grow up like that, it's gonna happen.
Like when your mom's like she's dying and she's like, "Oh, Vic, I gotta tell you something about life. I don't want you to end up where I am."
But
God, these tortillas are so good, aren't they?
they're freaking good.
Just live your best life. Forget it. What I've learned from the diabetes is it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. Yep, I can tell you that because there's a lot of things I can eat, but I'll eat in moderation a little bit, like take a sip of Big Red. But thank God there's zero of everything now.
Yeah.
There's even a Mountain Dew Zero. I used to drink Mountain Dew back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, listen, my wife used to drink Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
That's not for me.
I was a big soda drinker growing up, so I'm not a beer drinker, no liquor. It was just always either soda or water.
Really?
Definitely, yeah. Never anything else.
Well, how'd you get drunk?
Rarely. I got drunk like maybe once a year, and that was for New Year's, and even then I was babysitting to drink.
You're not puro.
No, I'm not that Mexican, right?
Yeah, you're barely even Latin. What are you? Where are you from? Spain?
My grandfather is from Spain. How's that?
Oh, that's what every Mexican says to sound fancy.
Yeah, I got a Spaniard in me, just a tad.
Oh yeah, that's what every Mexican says to sound fancy. Just like every white person is like, oh, I'm part Scandinavian.
Oh yeah.
Part Norwegian
Or European.
Yes. Well, I think we're all whites. All us whiteys are European
in some way.
Most of us are probably from some trash part of Europe, like. Like you were a bunch of Bulgarians or something, and they're like, "Oh no,
yeah, we're from.
I've got Viking blood." No, you don't, friend. You're not a Viking. You're not a Viking. You're from Yugoslavia. All right, let's not get it twisted. Well, I got to be honest. A win is a win.
Yeah.
First of all, let's start there. But I don't feel one single bit better about the Cowboys today than I did yesterday. And depending on the results of some MRIs,
I
might feel worse. So let's talk about that on the other side. Cowboys get a win, but at what cost, and how are we feeling about them today? It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about. 90 eastbound, 211 over to Loop 410. Right now, that's in good shape. Traffic flowing freely on 35 on the northeast side of town. Southbound from 1604 on down to Loop 410. No delay, 1604 westbound, 281 to I-10 Vance Jackson. And in good shape on Loop 410 eastbound from 151 on over to I-10. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the HEB Plus, located at 9238 North Loop 1604 West and Bandera Road in San Antonio from 9 a.m. to noon on Sunday, September 29th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by HEB.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price to have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacova's grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tacovas, don't go gently.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Cowboys get a win. 20-15. That's important. They needed that.
Yeah.
And a loss would have been disastrous.
Oh, yeah.
But there were, listen, let's face it. the Cowboys got lucky on a couple of things. First of all, the first drive of the game where the Giants look like they're going to go down and score and take a lead, they call a face mask on 82. And then when they show the replay,
it wasn't on him. It was
Overshown's like dragging the dude by his face mask. And he's like, what the hell do you mean a face mask? I'm the one who got face mask.
Right.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah, dyslexic ump. I don't know.
And then when the Cowboys scored their first touchdown, they throw a flag for holding, presumably on Jake Ferguson. Replay shows he clearly held.
Right.
Refs get together, say, nah, no flag on the play. Touchdown. I was getting Chiefs vibes on this game. It's like, what the hell?
Bit. Yeah.
What in the hell?
Mahomes is sharing his contact or his plug.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, listen, bad calls are going to happen, and it's always good when your team gets the bad calls versus the other team.
Right.
But it was a terribly officiated game. There were too many flags. It was difficult to watch. The positives, I would say, for the Cowboys are that it was very much a bend, don't break defense.
Basically.
The Giants score 15 points, all off of field goals. 5 field goals. Although they did have like I said, the one drive that looked like things were leading to a touchdown got wiped out by a penalty.
Right.
But there's something to be said for that. Now, the downside of what happened with the defense is, the Giants just controlled the ball. It was like 35 and a half minutes to 24 and a half minutes of time of possession. And Giants outgained the Cowboys.
Right.
The 303, just 10 yards, but 303 to 293. And they just had long, sustained drives. They just couldn't get it into the end zone. And that could – listen, man, I'm not trying to take a whole lot away from the Cowboys. That could be that they, bricked up when it came to red zone defense. But
right.
It also could mean that Daniel Jones just sucks,
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how much better you feel about the defense after that game, especially now that we've got no. And listen, it's a long week, so there's time for these guys to heal up.
Right.
But what's the situation with Micah Parsons? This is the best player on the team.
Yeah. What did he get? He got a stinger. Is that what they said?
Well, that's when he left the game the first time. It was a stinger. I thought it was a concussion. They made him get off the field.
Right. The ref saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they walk him off the field. They took away his helmet for a little while, but then they cleared him from a concussion. They said
it was like, what, 4 or 5 plays later, or was it?
I think, probably maybe the next drive.
Yeah, something like that.
But they let him back in the game, which means he was cleared from concussion, which is great news.
Right.
But then at the end of the game, he's limping off the field. Now he's got to get an MRI, I'm guessing today, on his ankle. And if there's, who knows what it is, but if it's a high ankle sprain, something like that, and you're talking about missing time,
yeah, he's out at least for a few games at least.
Disaster.
Yeah.
And then Diggs left the game on a
That's
cart.
right.
And it's like, what the hell's going on? The Cowboys can't afford to lose many more guys. They're too banged up already, and on this defense that relies so heavily on the top of the food chain guys.
Right, the guys that got hurt.
Yeah, those are the guys who are all hurt. It's like, Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs, and Micah Parsons are hurt. Oh, great. That leaves other guys.
Yeah.
That leaves us with a bunch of others. That's not ideal.
With fingers crossed that they'll do their job, right?
But we'll see. We'll see what comes of the injury with Parsons. I think that's the key one that they're looking at right now. But again, on the bright side, you're not in last place in the division, and a loss right there would have put Dallas in last ass place in the NFC East. You're not there, so that's the big win of the day. On the other side, we'll talk about the offense And if we feel like it's getting any better, I'm not so sure there either. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some signs. Like I saw some signs in the first half, but we'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, it is a Football Friday. We're going to be talking a lot of Cowboys football. John Machota with The Athletic will join us at 5:15.
But we'll also react to the Giants game from last night with Dat Wynn, former co-host, Cowboy linebacker. He will join us at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about. 90 eastbound, 211 over to Loop 410. Right now, that's in good shape. Traffic flowing freely on 35 on the northeast side of town. Southbound from 1604 on down to Loop 410. No delay, 1604 westbound, 281 to I-10 Vance Jackson. And in good shape on Loop 410 eastbound from 151 on over to I-10. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Slung it on out there.
Posted
right in time for deer season.
Naked pictures of his
Tommy Lee Schlong
business.
I don't know if Tommy Lee Schlong can type. Hi, Mr. Schlong.
Hi, John. I tell you, no, I can't type. No, but I can dictate.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
The clock is ticking. Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is almost over. Until September 30th, you can get 5 years of 0% financing on any purchase. It's the perfect chance for worry-free shopping with no interest and monthly payments customized for you. And now open Sunday, September 29th. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity. From luxury timepieces to engagement rings and more. Don't wait. Spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest on approved credit. Only until September 30th. For details and more, visit diamondsdirect.com.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Football season is here. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. You want to have more fun watching football this year? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You can join in and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I made a lot of money last year playing at Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em game. You too can as well. And it's easy to get signed up. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their mobile app. Use my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, This is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I put on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Eric Salazar on the Brigade Bar mentions Lawrence, too. I forgot about DeMarcus Lawrence.
Oh, yeah.
He's got to get an MRI today, too. God, what a mess.
Jeez.
What a mess. What's crazy is also, like, I don't know, who knows? And if Neighbors catches that ball on the sideline at the end of the game, like, while he's getting concussed, which that probably had something to do with why he dropped that ball. It could be a different result today, but that dude is the entirety of the Giants offense. 12 catches, 115 yards. Trayvon Diggs after the game said, "Oh, yeah, he's really good." You think? 12 catches, 115 yards?
Yeah, of course he is.
Dak looked like he was headed to a huge game. You know, yesterday on the show, we said over 6.5 receptions for Dak. I said, they're going to get the ball to him. They have to get the ball to him. All this talk all week long about Dak and CD aren't on the same page. They're barking at each other on the sideline. They're beefing.
Yeah.
Dak's going to make CD smile. So first half, 6 receptions for CD.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, easy win. Easy win. Had one more catch the whole game. So a win, it's a win.
Yeah,
a win's a win, but man.
Yeah. It was a barely win.
I did not like I shouldn't say I didn't. I don't like the Cowboys offense. The Cowboys offense is just, it's so predictable. It is, if it's not going to CeeDee Lamb, it's some sort of dink and dunk play. They cannot.
It always falls apart because the O-line can't protect him.
Oh my God, Guyton is a problem. I still think he can be good someday. He sucks right now. He sucks. That's a problem. But the fact that you just can't run the ball with any kind of consistency, they've got to stop. It's time to just say, thanks, Zeke. You had a good run here. Shake his hand. I don't know. I don't know what you want to do with a guy, but get him out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been real, but it's enough. I'd rather Hunter Lepke get the ball than Zeke Elliott, which that's crazy that that's where we've gotten.
That's where we're at, man.
But again, they did enough, and they got it to CD enough. They let him make enough explosive plays. That 55-yard touchdown is really what, the difference in this game. Because other than that, Cowboys
they just
looked about the same.
Yeah.
Looked about the same on offense.
By.
If you subtract that one play, you'd look at the numbers and go, "Oh, this was a dreadful day." But
against the Giants, right? Yeah. Against them, that's how they played. They should have been They should have been up by like 54-7.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hey, I have high hopes. That's what I'm thinking.
You're a Cowboy fan.
Yes.
You're a delusional Cowboy fan.
Yeah. I am a delusional Cowboy fan. Hopefully thinking that we're going to win this year again, but it's always something.
When you say hoping we're going to win, what do you mean?
Win the playoffs, have a winning record, have positive, but
okay, but you're not talking about winning a Super Bowl, right?
That's reaching too far.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
No,
that'd be crazy. Yeah, again, a win's a win. You could be in last place, you're not, but I don't feel any tiny bit better about this team today than I did yesterday, and that's problematic. Mm-hmm. And now, what the hell's going on? Brandon Aubrey misses field goals now? When did that start up?
That was his first one ever, wasn't it?
First miss outside of 50 yards.
Wow. I don't know. A lot of people lost bets yesterday.
Well, that game,
right?
Because the market moved around so much, I bet the Cowboys on Sunday. I bet the Cowboys -4. Yesterday, the line had gotten all the way up to Cowboys -6, and I was like, man, I'm tempted to play the Giants. And I was at that Perry's Pizza telling Joe Reinagel and Jason, I was telling both of them,
okay,
I'm thinking about coming back on the Giants at 6 and hoping that it lands 5. But then I thought to myself, what are the odds a game lands 5?
Well,
and then it landed 5. Oh, I could have double dipped yesterday. Man. But and Al Michaels was right. Al Michaels said it when Brandon Aubrey lined up to kick. There's a lot of people really excited that he's kicking this field goal. A lot of people not really excited, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then he missed the kick. So depending on the number, I saw that number everywhere between 4 and 6. This is one of those games that I hate it when people say this, but if you're good at sports betting, you should have won this game because you had your chance to get the best number throughout the week. You can't just pick if you're the kind of guy who picks up your phone 3 minutes before kickoff and says, I'm putting $100 on the Cowboys. That's not the way to win. You got to pay attention throughout the week. See when the line's good. Get in when the line's good. Get on the other side. If you want the other side, wait till the line's good there.
Right.
But you could be patient. You should have been able to win on both sides of this game, or on either side. Both sides would be a stretch. But I also liked the under yesterday. That hit easy. The only I went 3-1 on this game because I had CeeDee Lamb the over receptions.
Okay.
The only one I missed on was Singletary over 14.5 carries. He finished with 14.
Womp,
womp. Womp. And I think the only reason he finished with 14, he had to leave the game for a little while because he got banged up on a play.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it.
There's a lot of players getting banged up.
Dude,
you know?
Malik Neighbors, that's a concern for the Giants because, again, he is their offense, and he's concussed. He says he's going to be fine.
That's what they all say.
Everybody says they're going to be fine.
Yeah, because they want to play.
What are you going to do? Believe a guy with a concussion?
I know. Yeah. You don't.
I'm gonna be fine. Nothing to see here. I'm
all cross-eyed and
everything's good, Coach. I'm not your coach. Are you sure? Yeah. I think you might. You might need to sit down.
That's where they're headed, though.
Well,
you know.
But the Giants are about what we thought they were. Not very good. They go next week to the Seahawks, and then the Bengals, Eagles, and Steelers following that. Whereas the Cowboys, that's the good thing for the Cowboys here is they get this long week now. I don't think anybody wants to play on Thursday nights ever, but they get this long week now, and they know that they've got a physical game coming against a Steelers team that is. But the good thing is the Steelers don't want to let you run on them. The bad thing is they know the Cowboys can't run on them anyway. So this is it's going to be another ugly game. Be ready to bet the under on the Steelers-Cowboys game because I don't know who scores in that game. The Steelers' offense is just as bad as the Cowboys, if not worse. So, that should be a thriller. But this is what I keep going back to this. At the beginning of the season, I said the first 6 games, the pre-bye games, break down 2-2-2. 2 coin flip games, 2 games I expected them to lose, 2 games I expected them to win. And the first game against Cleveland, they won. That was one I said was a coin flip. They won handily. The Saints was one I said they were supposed to win. They did not win. So that's not good.
Okay.
The Ravens game, I said they were supposed to lose. They lost. No big shock. This was the other game they were supposed to win, and they won. So now they at least made up for that coin flip. Or they made up for the game they were supposed to win with a coin flip game. So now they sit at 2-2. This Steelers game it's a coin flip game. I think the Cowboys should be able to win, and if they win, I'm probably feeling better about them because if you had split those coin flip games, won the 2 you were supposed to win, lose the 2 you're supposed to lose, I'm assuming they're going to lose to the Lions in 2 weeks. You're 3-3 going into the bye. That's okay. I mean, you're not in great shakes, but you're not in a terrible place either. So 2-4 would be, I think, a disaster. Yeah. So that this Steelers game becomes very important. Sunday Night Football, and it's on another road trip. But again, a long week. I feel. I don't know. I prefer them to be on the road. We just can't win at home right now. I don't feel confident about it. It's funny because before the Saints game, they had a 16-game home win streak in the regular season anyway. Now all of a sudden it's like, we can't win at home. Yep. They are 2-0 on the road, 0-2 at home. But yeah, they go to Pittsburgh for that game next Sunday. All right. When we come back, we'll see what else is going on in the world of football this weekend. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Now, you don't got a contract. You got nothing to lose. Is a 70-yard field goal in the offing soon? Will we see that this year?
Depends on the win this week.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wah, 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 wah. Break it down, Vic.
Coffee's kicking in finally.
I need some coffee.
Yeah.
I need some coffee. I just can't drink the coffee here, man.
Yeah.
Our coffee is ass.
Remember, I can drink Big Red, so.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't matter. I can drink unsweet tea.
That's true. I wish that Edwin was comfortable going on like a Starbucks run or something.
Oh, yeah.
One time I asked Edwin to go get breakfast tacos, and he was like, he went into a panic. And I was like, all right, well.
Never mind. Yeah, we'll get something else here.
Well,
it's all right.
Be all right, but because I'd love to say, hey, Edwin, why don't you run and get me some Starbucks? Yeah. That sounds good right now. An iced coffee.
No, and top it off, give him this long, complicated.
Oh, yes. A venti.
Yeah, a venti with 2 double shots.
Double mocha.
Yeah.
With an extra shot.
With just a little whip.
Skinny.
I don't know. I don't speak Starbucks. So.
Skinny with
yeah, there you go.
Coconut milk. Heavy cream. But yeah, that does sound good. The rest of the NFL is, now we're past the Cowboys. We realize, oh wait, the things we've only just begun. We still got a whole damn weekend of football, baby.
That's right.
Oh,
and it's getting cooler outside.
How about that?
I'm telling you, I feel it.
I got out of my car this morning when I was here.
Yeah.
And I said, wait a minute, what is that? That's a cool.
It's a
cool bit of air on my arm.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so nice.
Yeah, it's just a no humidity is what it.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm telling you,
I take what I can get, baby.
That's right.
Couple things to look for this weekend. The Jordan Love injury is certainly one. He is going to be now a game time decision, though they have said for the last 3 weeks, I guess since like week 2, they were still like, well, maybe he's going to play, maybe not. But Jordan Love is going to be again, what Matt LaFleur is saying, a game-time decision. They're going up against the 3-0 Vikings. I don't think they don't want to show their hand. Obviously, the Vikings are pretty good. But, yeah, we'll find out right before that one. He's practiced. He practiced this week, but that practicing doesn't always mean you can play. And Malik Willis has played well, which is surprising to me because I thought Malik Willis sucks. And he's done at least respectably, although he did need Will Levis to hand him a game, which Will Levis kindly did, as Will Levis is wont to do.
Right.
Elsewhere, the Philadelphia Eagles, looks like they're going to be without both starting wide receivers this weekend. And if I'm not mistaken, they're what is his name? Lane Johnson, their right tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be out too. The Eagles' offense may have a real rough week this week because they just don't have any bodies. And if there's no threats down the field, I mean, Saquon's been great.
Yeah.
But that's not a good sign if A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith both miss this game. Then you're looking at Jahan Dotson, who's been almost a zero this season so far. And then you're talking about Paris Campbell, Johnny Wilson. These are made-up people. And then
Who are these guys?
One of the other injuries to keep an eye on this weekend is going to be Justin Herbert for the Chargers. Got a high ankle sprain. He aggravated it last week against Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. He's been practicing, and here's what I know about Justin Herbert. When he's healthy and playing, the Chargers are a respectable team. I don't know that they're a good team, but they're respectable. When he's out of the game, they are garbage.
Right.
When they took him out after the injury against the Steelers, there was just no fight left in that team. They knew they were done. And I know the Chargers are supposed to be a running team,
but
they can't run. I mean, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, these are just guys. They're not going to have success running the ball without the threat of Justin Herbert there. And now the Chargers are also dealing with some injuries on the O-line. So that's going to be they might be in for a rough one against Kansas City. And if Kansas City beats them,
well,
guess where we're at. If Kansas City wins against the Chargers this weekend, we are now through 4 games. We already have Kansas City with a 2-game lead in the AFC West. Shocker. Even though the Chiefs could easily be 0-3 right now. They've gotten a break in all 3 of their games, but that's the way it goes, friends. That's the way it goes. The refs and the Chiefs
are going to have a
hand
winning
in
season.
hand.
Yeah,
they're going to make it work. Love you, Patty. We're going to take care of you, baby. But yeah, so those are things to look for this weekend. In the world of injuries around the NFL. We'll break into all the NFL games later on in the show. Coming up this next hour, I guess at the start of the hour, we'll talk about the Longhorn game, we'll talk about the Aggie game, and we'll talk about the Road Runners. Kind of give a look at their games, see if anybody's should be worried amongst those 3. At 7:30, we'll get into some sound from Mike McCarthy and Dak post-game, how they're feeling after the win. And like I said, we'll get into all the college football games, all the NFL games. It is a football Friday, baby. That's when we like to do it, right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We'll be back. Hour number 2 of the program coming up. Stick around, won't you?
This is the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys!
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys are in the Steel City taking on Pittsburgh.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are in good shape as you head out and about. 90 eastbound, 211 over to Loop 410. Right now, that's in good shape. Traffic flowing freely on 35 on the northeast side of town. Southbound from 1604 on down to Loop 410. No delay, 1604 westbound, 281 to I-10 Vance Jackson. And in good shape on Loop 410 eastbound from 151 on over to I-10. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19. Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS. Follow all the action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship. Sign up, sign in, and start streaming Paramount Plus today.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys seal a win 20-15 against the New York Football Giants. Sunday, the Houston Texans welcome the Jacksonville Jaguars into NRG Stadium with the kickoff set for noon. In college football, the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns take on Mississippi State in Austin. The 24th ranked Texas A&M Aggies are in Arlington as they take on Arkansas at Jerry World. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2 of the Morning Huddle. Well, half the Morning Huddle.
Yeah.
Say good morning, Rob. Still not here.
Yeah. He's not
Still not
He's
here.
not finished with the hoe.
Oh. All right. Rob will be back on Monday. He needed a mental health day. That's what he calls it. Not my words, his words. College football in the great state of Texas getting back underway. The Longhorns get back in action in SEC play. Here we go. Longhorns in the SEC, and you couldn't ask for much of a softer landing into SEC play than Mississippi State is right now. Mississippi State is having serious problems. Their starting quarterback, Blake Shapen, got hurt early. He's out for the season. The offensive line stinks. They can't protect anyone. The defensive line is terrible. They can't tackle. They're just a bad football team. They lost at home to Toledo by 24 points. That should tell you about everything you need. And they lost to Florida. You can't lose to Florida. It's 2024. No one's losing to Florida anymore, right? It's a long way to get back to prominence for Mississippi State. But, boy, this Texas team, I think now you're starting to see that Michigan win that we all kind of, okay, maybe, but how good is Michigan? Well, Michigan was good enough to beat USC last week, so they're pretty good. That win counts for something. And I would normally worry about Texas in this spot because their next 2 games are Oklahoma and Georgia. But Texas has a bye week after this. So my guess is they are going to just go ahead and dog stomp this Mississippi State team and get out of Dodge. Texas is one of these teams. If you've bet on Texas against the spread every week, you're a happy man because they find a way to cover the number. A lot of running back injuries this season for Texas. Has not seemed to matter. They're getting the job done. The question, I guess, this week is who starts, Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning? Sarkisian said yesterday, not really sure. We aren't sure who's going to start at quarterback. But to me, this is an Arch Manning game. If I'm Texas, I'm not risking Ewers re-injuring himself or aggravating it. Let Arch play. That way Quinn is fully locked and loaded or if you want to play Quinn, play him for a little while and then get him out of there.
Yeah,
let Arch
first
take
quarter or something.
If he's healthy enough to play, let him play and then get him out of there. That way he's not a month off when he shows up in Dallas to play that Oklahoma team. I just don't know how I don't know how you can picture Mississippi State being even competitive in this game. This is going to be a blowout. Texas, I'm going to go. Texas wins this game 51-7. Is my
really?
That's my prediction. That is my prediction, friend.
I'll do 35-7.
35. Yeah. You hadn't been watching Texas play. A much more interesting game is being played in Dallas this weekend. Texas A&M and Arkansas. Woo pig.
Yeah.
I guess it's Whoop and Woo Pig. Both get love in this one. We still don't know who's going to play quarterback for Texas A&M, but I don't really know what to think about either of these teams. I don't know that you can comfortably like one side or the other here because both of them have been such a roller coaster. You know, early we thought that Texas A&M had a really hard-fought loss to a really good Notre Dame team, and it turns out maybe Notre Dame's not that good.
They're okay.
By the way, this is the last time they're playing this game at Cowboy Stadium. But yeah, this is a matchup that I would say A&M needs to win and typically finds a way to win. But Arkansas's offense has really been able to put up some numbers this year. And Marcel Reed, quite frankly, has been maybe a little better than Connor Wegman, despite the fact that the offense is still being run and designed for Connor Wegman to play quarterback. But they're just not a good passing team. You know, they run the ball pretty well. If they're able to run the ball well against Arkansas, unfortunately Arkansas is pretty solid against the run too. 14th nationally in rushing defense, under 83 yards a game, 3 yards per carry, and they really should be undefeated. The loss to Oklahoma State in a game that they absolutely dominated is going to haunt that team all year. I want to say the Aggies win this game, but I think it's very close. I think this is a coin flip kind of game. I'm gonna say Aggies win this game by 3. I'm gonna say it's I'm going 24-21 Aggie in this one. Now, UTSA, we talked to Coach Jeff Traylor earlier in the week, and he pointed out that East Carolina is a tough place to go play, and that's what coaches are supposed to say. And right now, UTSA they're 2-2. They played 2 pretty good teams in Texas and one really good team in Texas, a pretty good team in Texas State that UTSA made look like they were really good. And they've played 2 really bad teams. They played an FCS team that they just mollywopped, and they played Kennesaw State, who might be one of the worst FBS teams in the country. So I don't really have a feel for where this UTSA team is right now. I don't know what they are. I know that it typically is a tough place to play, East Carolina. I also assume that part of the country is going to be dealing with some weather.
That's right, the hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that UTSA is going to be without Jaron Randall. That's a tough break for them, missing their wide receiver. But UTSA right now is where again, Jeff Traylor knows better than I do on this stuff, but what I've seen, they suck on the offensive line. McCown is under constant pressure. They're not able to really get a push with the run. And then on the other side, they're not really stopping the run. They're not really getting a pass rush. So this team seems like they are struggling in the trenches, which is something that we haven't seen a whole lot of the last couple years. But East Carolina's defense is gettable. I'm going to go and say, oh man,
This is a hard one.
This is a hard one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say UTSA gets the job done, but I'm also I've got no confidence in this. I don't feel like. I mean,
it's not an either they barely win. It's they either win or they lose.
UTSA is a 3-point underdog, by the way.
Okay.
I just don't like this East Carolina team, but I'm giving UTSA the benefit of the doubt. Again, I don't have $1 on this game. I will not have $1 on this game. I'm just hopeful that UTSA gets the job done, but both of these teams have a lot to prove to me. And this is a, Rob talks about this a lot. Like sometimes you really start to learn when you play against a team that's in your weight class, a team that seems like maybe they're more your equal. So if UTSA can come in and get a win here, maybe it's not as much of a disaster as it's looked like so far in those 2 blowout losses, especially now that we're starting conference play here. So I'll give UTSA the benefit of the doubt, and if they screw me here, I'm going to be really mad at Coach Traylor.
Yeah.
Actually, I won't.
You can let him know.
I'll only be mad at him if I lose a bet. I'm not going to bet it.
If there's no money on it,
no, man. I'll say, hey, man, Coach, tough game.
Yeah.
Tough game, bub. What are we thinking next week?
There you go.
How can we get paid next week, baby? How can we get paid next week? Speaking of the teams with a little local flavor, it looks like the Mountain West has they're starting to round into form. They got commitments from 7 teams, the 7 teams that are left in the Mountain West: Air Force, UNLV, New Mexico, Nevada, San Jose State, Hawaii, and Wyoming signed an agreement to stay. And the 2 teams that I think had the best chance of leaving, Air Force and UNLV, are getting thrown some extra dollars from the schools that are leaving. And now Texas State has come into the mix. Texas State has emerged as a target for Mountain West expansion, according to Pete Thamel. And it would be an all-sports edition. So they would play football and basketball. I mean, I guess all sports is all sports.
Yeah.
And then it says another target that could soon come into focus for the conference is Northern Illinois, which would be a football-only member. That's weird. That doesn't make sense to me. And adding a football-only member doesn't make sense to me. I would avoid that if at all possible. Find anyone else. But you got to get to 8. And if Texas State makes 8, why not wait until things fall into place? And if you want to get to 10, eventually get to 10 with all school or all sports. But either way, good opportunity for Texas State, who, is new to D1 football, relatively new to D1 football, plays in the Sun Belt, which is a very mediocre football conference. But the recent success, they're getting some looks, and it'd be a nice step up for them, probably a boon for recruiting for them. And, it seems like it'd make a lot of sense for the Mountain West, too, to be in this footprint here in the state of Texas, and would be fun. There'd be some good football games coming here at least to the San Marcos area. So we'll see what comes of that with Texas State. And it would probably, make their school some money, which would be nice as well. All right. What should we do when we come back, Vic? What should we do?
Hear what McCarthy had to say?
You know what? That's what we'll... No, I want to hear what Dak had to say. I want to hear what Dakota had to say first. So we'll talk to Dakota Prescott on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Now, you don't got a contract. You got nothing to lose. Is a 70-yard field goal in the offing soon? Will we see that this year?
It depends on the win this week.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacova's grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tecovas, don't go gently.
Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Book your tee time now to experience the all-new Olympia Hills. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that has been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Rediscover one of the premier golf courses in the greater San Antonio area, complete with a top-tier golf practice facility, a full-length driving range, and a 10,000 square foot short game area. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com. That's OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
Check it out, the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and camera control for easy access. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. New and existing customers could trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition for the new iPhone 16 Pro with unlimited Ultimate. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Football season is here. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz. You want to have more fun watching football this year? Play the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. You can join in and win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I made a lot of money last year playing at Underdog Fantasy on the Pick'em game. You too can as well. And it's easy to get signed up. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download their mobile app. Use my promo code STAR and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry, plus a first-time deposit offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer of a gimme first pick and your deposit offer when you get signed up at UnderdogFantasy.com. Must be over 18, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or go to ncpgambling.org.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of 98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the HEB, located in the Brooks Corner Shopping Center at 3323 Southeast Military Drive in San Antonio from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday, September 28th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by HEB.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Before you fire up that grill, get into Tri-County Meat Market because that great meal starts with great meat. Locally owned and full service, Tri-County has everything you need to up your grilling game. Steaks, beef ribs, pork ribs, their seasoned fajitas, chicken, poppers. Tri-County has what you need with the quality you expect. You can always take advantage of their Pick 5 special, and they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heebner, online at TriCountyMeat.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Guess what?
What?
We're sold out. Sold out of the
Oh, that's right.
golf spots. Sold out. They're all gone.
Nice.
We're playing on Monday, baby. I'm going to be there with bells on. You're not going to be there. You're going to be here.
Yeah, I got to be here.
That sucks for you, man.
Yeah, I don't like golf anyway.
Yeah, but do you like shotgun and beers? That's what we're going to do.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun time. The San Antonio Sports Star Fall Classic benefiting San Antonio Sports, presented by the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and sponsored in part by Jim Beam and Flight by Yingling. Stoked to be out there for that. Today, the big game. The game everyone's talking about, Vic. You know what it is?
Let's see. What's today?
It's
Friday.
It's the Bernie Greyhounds.
Oh, yeah.
And the Alamo Heights Mules. Everyone's been talking about this game. Everyone's ready for this game. I'm ready. My body is ready for this game. Pre-game starts at 6:30 right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Kickoff at 7. Game of the Week's energized by Hill Electric, Frost Bank, and NCE General Contractors. Also brought to you in part by Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, Smoky Moe's Texas Barbecue, TSAOG Orthopedics, and the Texas Air National Guard. I got one more thing to tell you about. Sorry.
Okay.
Got to do them all at once.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Fighting Aggies, Texas A&M Aggies, return to the SEC play, taking on them Arkansas Hogs.
Arkansas.
Catch that game right here on our fair station as well, 94.1. All starts at 1:30 with the pregame kickoff set for 2:30, and that is brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. All right, now, my work here is done.
There we go.
My work here is done. Now, it's time for play. And Dak Prescott, Dak. I'll tell you this. I don't always love this, but I guess it's what I should have expected. Felt like Dak was really positive about how things went yesterday.
Right, yeah.
And I guess when you've got your ass kicked a couple times in a row and you win, you just, whatever sense of positivity you can find.
Whatever you
get
tell
to.
yourself, you know.
But here's what he had to say, how important it was to get back on the winning track.
It was huge. It was huge. Yeah, after obviously losing 2, especially at home. Coming on the road, first division game. Division wins are always tough. As I said, then you add on the road before a long weekend. Puts a better taste in our mouth. But at the end of the day, as I've said, even after those 2 losses, a couple weeks, or the past 2 weeks, it's a process. So we're not gonna get complacent. We're not gonna get overexcited about what we've done tonight. It's about building, and it's about figuring out what we can do better in all phases. But it's a lot easier to do that with the win.
Well, there you go.
Figure out.
Yeah.
You should know by now.
We need a
right?
You know what we need on the YouTube here?
Huh?
We need a new thing that doesn't have Rob's name on it when he's gone.
Oh yeah.
I don't want Rob getting any credit for this show.
Oh.
He shouldn't, right?
Yeah. Let me see. Well, I have you just there. You go.
Can you just put an X on it
Here,
where
I'll
it says
just put-
Rob?
I'll just put the camera on you. How's that?
No, I don't like that either. Just go back to the thing where it says Rob. I guess I want people to remember that he exists. But I'm mad at him right now. I'm so mad at him.
Yeah, just.
Who does that to their partner, right?
On a Friday, you would think he would do it on Saturday, right?
Well, yeah. Rent the
Unless it's cheaper to rent during the
Bobcat
week.
or whatever. You think Moneybags Thompson's worried about what's cheap? Come on.
Yeah, you're right.
He probably just bought that backhoe.
Yeah,
He's
I
probably going
know.
to buy it, whatever it is. Skid.
You might as well
something. I
buy
don't
it.
even know
Doesn't
what
he
it
live
is.
like on a plantation or something?
Yeah, he lives on a plantation. Dak said that. You know what? This is the other one I wanted to play. They asked Dak, "How do you feel like the run game is coming along?" What do you think he said? Do you think he said nice things about this crappy ass run game?
No,
Okay.
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, a couple young linemen up front. Being able to get them going, get their confidence going, get the backs going, that opens up the play action, that opens up the nakeds, allows us to just spread the ball outside. You got to have a run game to win in this league. So as long as we can continue to build on that, we'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, it's good. Things are good. We're opening up.
No, they're not.
No. Dak, what game were you watching, Bubba? Nothing's opened up. The play action. We can run the play action when the backs are getting going.
What's the longest running play they had so far this year?
All year? Oh, I don't know.
9 yards, 8 yards?
The best. No, they had a 10-yard run last night.
Oh, that's right.
It was CeeDee Lamb, though.
I know. Yeah.
He's the best running back on the team. They need to just keep giving him the ball.
I know. When he lined up as a back, I'm thinking, trick play, but we'll see.
Well, if you're going to run the ball well, you might want to just start lining CD up back there because he gives you the best chance to do something. Pathetic running a game once again, but Dak seems to think that it's solid. And then they said, what are you thinking when you look over and you see CD one-on-one in man coverage?
Look off the safety, do my part. Right there, he beat the guy pretty clean at the line, so I didn't want to put too much air on it. Understand the safety was going to go that way. Just get him the ball. Got to take advantage of those one-on-one opportunities, and we did that. Able to get him the ball. He went and broke the tackle, and felt good to get him off to a fast start.
But with you, you're not just thinking to yourself, I can't miss on this. I'm not going to get another one of these.
No, just playing the play. Not a lot of can'ts, don'ts, won'ts go through my head, really at any point. So, in my head, honestly, I'm like, are y'all really about to press him and leave him one-on-one? No safety's getting over the top, and so once the ball was snapped and he didn't, it was just about making the throw.
Well, luckily that was the best throw he made of the night.
Yeah.
And really, like I said, on a night where the offense was, I don't want to say it was bad because Dak was 22 of 27 throwing the ball. Dude, anytime only 5 balls hit the ground, you don't turn it over. It's a pretty damn good night.
That's a positive, yeah.
But again, if you take away that 55-yard touchdown pass, suddenly it's like, oh, well, Dak he threw for 170 yards. That's not great. No. But listen, again, a win is a win. I'm trying not to be too negative, even though I certainly don't feel positive. They asked Dak then about his ownership of the New York Giants, because through his career he has absolutely dominated these Giants.
Lost, as I told the Thursday night crew, lost my first 2 games to him. Could have been a remarkable rookie year had that not happened. But just good matchup for us. Honestly, just a good matchup for us. Offensive line always sets the tone. Love playing out here in New York. Cowboy fans travel well. And just taking it game by game. When you get to see somebody twice, that obviously helps. And then so just continuing to try to build on that. Whether it be this team, Washington, any division games, take a lot of pride in winning those games. Understand you take care of your division, you have a chance to make the postseason. And then from there, you can worry about that.
All right. When we come back, we will continue this Cowboys conversation, and we'll hear from Mike McCarthy. Although, you know what? There's one more of these that I wanted to play from Dak, because they asked Dak what he's hopeful for with the guys who are going to have to step up for the injured players. We'll play this, and then we'll get to break so we can hear McCarthy on the other side. But I did want to hear what Dak said about this.
We're going to need those guys. Coach McCarthy talks about it all the time of everybody that dresses up, everybody else has to support them, and we need every single one of them. That's why the practice reps during the week are important. Everybody and everything they do, the details have to take it serious, and proud when you see young guys step up and make the most of their opportunity. And it was awesome. It was awesome for him to get that game-sealing interception.
Another game-sealing interception on the Hail Mary. Let's not talk about that interception like they did. Give him a break, Dak. All right. Like I said, when we come back, we'll hear from Coach Mike McCarthy. We'll wrap up on the Cowboys' Week 4 win over the New York Giants, and we'll start looking ahead to the rest of the football for the weekend. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys are in the Steel City taking on Pittsburgh.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Good morning. For the moment, we are in good shape. Now we are starting to fill in and slow down. 1604 northbound from I-10 to 35 should take you about 25 minutes. 35 minutes, 1604 westbound, I-10 all the way over to 281. On 35 northbound, 1604 to FM 1103, 8-minute ride. I-10 eastbound from Loop 410 to 1604, that's about 5-6 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is a Football Friday. We're going to be talking a lot of Cowboys football. John Machota with The Athletic will join us at 5:15.
But we'll also react to the Giants game from last night with Dat Wynn, former co-host, Cowboy linebacker. He will join us at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
We have our first text. I didn't make this up. I just said, thank you guys. Love the show. JD's my fave. He's sexy. I swear that's our first text. I swear I didn't make it up.
You are sexy.
Did it come from you, Gigi?
Somebody sees you.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank
for who you
so much.
really are. A good-looking gay man.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon, right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400, that's 210-900-0400, or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other, so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
Well, what other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
A Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is Jim Rome. Join me weekdays at noon, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's get wild.
Let's get wild. Let's do it again, Vic.
Let's go.
Go, 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 go. Ah, yes, it's a Friday here on the Morning Huddle. Welcome in everybody who's joining us on the YouTube page. Matthew's listening from Belfast, Northern Ireland. Matthew hates America. He wants to be out of here. He's every day it's somewhere new. I'm in Scotland. I'm in Northern Ireland. He don't want to be around us. And Incubus says, don't tell people that Rob died like you did poor Fred. Well, Fred actually did die, Incubus. That's a fact. But no, I did one time. He missed a show, and I just said he died. And, like, we played a tribute, and everybody got all teary-eyed. They actually thought he died. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
I'd probably let the joke go on for too long, but...
Yeah, but, it's fun.
Is there any such thing as letting a joke go on for too long?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
Nope. Mm-mm.
I don't think so either.
Just let it go till it falls apart, or you just feel bad.
Or until someone calls the cops.
There
says,
you go,
like, hey, do a welfare
A,
check.
B, or
on
C.
Yeah, one of those things happens, and it's, okay, now you got me. I'll stop.
I was kidding.
It was just a joke. We heard from Dakota about the win, and now we want to hear from the head football coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who was so mad at Rob last week that he decided not to join us this week.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but Rob was rude to Coach McCarthy last week. They had a disagreement about the offensive line play.
Yeah.
And Coach McCarthy said he called after the show and said, hey, I'm not doing the show on next Friday. So normally we would have already had Coach McCarthy today, but Rob pissed him off.
So
no McCarthy anymore.
No McCarthy.
So fun, right? He will. Hopefully he'll forgive us next week and be back.
Well,
actually, they
maybe the win cheered him up. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have him this week because they played last night.
Yeah.
But it's a better story to say that it's Rob's fault.
Yeah. Just run with it.
Yeah. We should have told Rob that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a big.
Imagine that.
Like once we knew, once we knew that we weren't going to have him.
Well, why not just tell him, hey, Coach, we'll only talk to AJ next week.
Oh, that'd be funny.
That'd be a good one, huh?
That would be funny. So when he comes on Monday, I want you to do this. Let's you
want me to just walk in and say, hey, don't forget. Oh, by the way, when Coach called, he doesn't want you in the room, Rob. But
do it.
You want me to do that?
Do we have the technology? Because I mean, we've got this video studio,
right?
Do we have the technology to? You know what? I'm not gonna. Somebody will ruin it. Somebody will rat us out. My plan.
Yeah, we'll wait till Monday morning.
I'm going to talk to you off air. Diabolical.
It is Halloween time.
Oh. They asked Coach McCarthy how he's feeling after the win against the Giants.
Absolutely. I mean, winning's always a great thing, especially on the road. Road wins are the best division games. You can add another layer to it. So, yeah, we feel great about what we accomplished tonight, but I think it's, for the fourth week in a row, we realize that we have a lot of work to do.
That's a more realistic approach, and that's the way it should be. A win's always a win, and especially in this game, McCarthy should feel really good because Rob and I talked about this yesterday. I felt then, I certainly feel now, whoever lost that game, the head coach that lost that football game was going to feel a real warm seat underneath him. And I think Brian Daboll is feeling that warm seat right now. Mm-hmm. And Mike McCarthy's probably got a little bit of relief and feels like, okay, new life. Because 2-2 is not a disastrous place to be after week 4. So Mike McCarthy's got to be happy with that win. They asked him what was different with the chemistry between Dak and CD this week, where obviously, as it was much talked about in the media, there was some issues last week.
Yeah, I mean, I was shooting for 80 tonight. As much as, as well as I've been seeing it, obviously the first 3 games, the percentage hasn't showed that.
I was going to get mad at Edwin. I pushed the wrong button.
Oh.
That's on me.
Okay. I just think really as a whole, just the whole team, I mean, that's really the first 4-quarter game we've played. I mean, it was a complimentary football game. I wish we'd have been able to drive the ball more offensively. I just felt like we left our defense out there a bit much. That dead long swing right before the half, and then, they came right back here in the first drive or in the third quarter. So, I thought that was very challenging for our defense and for them to continue to fight. But I think the biggest thing was, we were able to, frankly, I feel like it's the first game I called, for 4 quarters.
So he's saying that he's been calling bad plays till now?
Yeah.
But these were good play calls? Was this the good Cowboys offense?
No, if it was a good Cowboy offense, it would have scored more.
Why am I like this? Why am I so negative? Why can't I just why can't I let Cowboy fan feel good about a win? Why can't I let them have nice
Because our
wins?
running backs don't have 200-yard games.
Well, I mean, also,
think about it.
Also, they score.
They score, but I don't know.
They didn't score. The offense stunk. I don't know. I like if you're hyped up after a 20-15 win over the Giants. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But they did ask him about the importance of getting off to a fast start offensively, which the Cowboys have really struggled to do. And we talked about how important it was for them to play with a lead, because if the Giants fell behind, the thought was you're going to be able to make Daniel Jones throw, and when Daniel Jones throws the football,
things happen.
You start to see that Daniel Jones sucks at football, and I think everybody thought it was important for them to get off to a fast start. Here's what Coach McCarthy said.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the way we want to play, and that's the way, I think it's just like anything. I mean, you only have so much time during the week, and we put time, invested in, fast starts and finishing strong here with a four-minute offensive series there. So, we make that field goal there, and we would have topped the game off the way you like to. So, but I think it's just another credit to the defense to go back out there and get that stop.
Yeah, I do give them some credit in that, even though it wasn't peak Cowboys, it wasn't what last year we would have considered a good game. They also did a good job of never letting the Giants take control of this game. And I don't think the Giants ever had I guess they had a 3-0 lead. That was it. But after that 3-0 lead, they never led again. And you can make arguments over missed calls or whatnot. But this Cowboys team, it does feel like when they've gotten behind so far this year, it's tended to spiral out of control real quick. And the fact that they weren't – I mean, had the Giants gone down and scored a touchdown on the first drive, I think
the momentum would have been.
I think panic would have set in.
Yeah.
And they're really lucky they got that face mask penalty like that because it could have been a bad start and then it could have unraveled from there. But I think that it was so important for them to start out good. And he was talking about offense. I think defensively it was important for them to start out right because when they fall behind, it just seems like they get into a shell. They're still they're still way too conservative for me. Way too conservative. But I guess that's I don't know what you've got one big play guy, so I guess that's the way it's got to be. Corwin says I think they should just feature Dowdle, use Zeke in short yardage and goal line. I mean, there were 21 rush attempts last night, not by Dak Prescott, so he had 2. But of those 21, Rico had 11 of them. Zeke had 5, Hunter Lepke had 2, and CeeDee Lamb had 3 carries. Rico Dowdle is the running back for the Cowboys now. He's the
guy.
He's the lead running back for the Cowboys. The problem is Rico Dowdle's no good either. Like he's just a guy. So there is no answer for how do you fix the run game because these running backs are just not good, and they're not going to get good overnight. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
But, they didn't have a great running game last year, and the offense was good. It's not like it can't exist, but there's just not – things aren't clicking, it doesn't feel like, the way they did a year ago. They asked Coach about having this time off now. I think they were trying to get him to talk about the injuries. You know how he is. He's not thrilled to discuss injuries. But they did ask him how important this time off is going to be to get his team's bodies right.
Very important. I think that's part of the Thursday night advantage. You don't feel great about it during the week, but you definitely feel great about it after you went on the road. So this time's up good for us. So we'll get back in there Monday and again have a long weekend ready for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and. Listen, I think the Cowboys needed a long week anyway. The injuries just made it where now they actually physically need it. I think mentally they needed a break, but now physically
they have to have it. Yeah.
They need a real break. And hopefully, we get news on MRIs today, and hopefully they're clean for Micah and for Lawrence. But
even then, they won't be 100%.
Well, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
So
could be sore. He's 90%. Or
and I know that for DeMarcus it was a foot, which could be a million different things.
Yeah.
With Micah, it's an ankle, so it's probably a sprain. Now, if it's a low sprain, by the Pittsburgh game, he's going to be fine. If it's a high sprain, it's something he's probably going to deal with maybe for the rest of the season.
Tape it up.
Yeah, because they cannot afford to not have him out there.
Yeah.
So
if he is out, who's in? Who would be in? Who would be the next guy up if Micah's on?
I don't know.
That's the thing.
I will say this, and credit where it's due. Demarion Overshone had a really good game.
Yeah. I was going to say he played good. It
was kind of a breakout party for him. He needed that, and they've kind of kept him locked in a box. It felt like. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see more of him. I think games like last night are the kind of games that are going to earn him some more time on the field. Oh, Pledger says that it's a high ankle sprain, so yeah.
Well, there you go.
He really needs that time off then, but
yeah.
But that means you're right. Even when the Pittsburgh game comes around, he's not going to be 100%. And a high ankle sprain would be that'd be they're obviously going to MRI it. That'd be the best case scenario. The worst case is there's some kind of a break, and then he's missing
then he's
time
out
no matter
for
what.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks, something like that.
Which would be a total disaster. So hopefully that is not the case. Last thing we'll hear from Coach is how he obviously not just it wasn't just fans, it wasn't just guys like us in the media who were kind of throwing up panic flags after the last 2 weeks and saying what the hell's going on with this team. I'm sure in the building there was a sense of what are we doing? Why is this happening? Panic. there's a reason why CD and Dak were barking at each other on the sidelines. Nobody expected to be here. So they asked Coach McCarthy how he felt the team handled the adversity from the last couple weeks.
No, I think we do a really good job internally, focus on what we're doing every day. I think sometimes our guys, they give honest answers to the questions from the externals, and sometimes there's things that are said that really don't reflect the way it is internally. These guys didn't blink. They came in here Monday. I thought they were very accountable. I think this is as healthy as the locker room leadership group that we've had in my time here. And I think everything that needed to be said was said, as I told you all on Monday. Know what came out of that and the narratives outside of the locker room. That's I don't really have a comment on it because I don't referee it. But no, I really like the way our locker room has handled this week. Obviously we didn't feel good on Sunday, and we did what we needed to do prep wise and came in here and got this win.
I got to give them credit.
They got lucky?
Well, no, yeah, they did get lucky, but yeah, it did seem like the body language was better, the attitudes were better. It did because they could have come out and
we did have a call go our way, or a few of them. Who was it? Didn't he have a face mask go clearly on the replay? Who was it?
That was Overshown.
Yeah,
but they called the 82 on the Giants. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, but I remember seeing that, and I'm like, okay, we got lucky there. They didn't see that.
Yeah, but you get lucky.
It happens.
But again, a lot of it is just the energy going into the game, and it just felt better than it did. The Saints game seemed to carry directly into the Ravens game. Like after getting your ass kicked by the Saints, it felt like, okay, well, we just suck. We're going to continue to get our ass kicked. And this game felt like, okay, let's reset. It still isn't right, but it's certainly not as broken as it was. Yeah. I just saw this come up. This has nothing to do with football, but I'm fascinated by it.
What?
Remember we talked about the guy that caught that Shohei Otani 50-50 home run ball?
Oh, yeah.
And he's putting it up for auction. He wouldn't give it back to Otani.
Wow. Well, I wouldn't have either.
I don't know. I feel like they were going to give him something. I mean, they would have made it right by him.
Yeah, but probably not
as much.
Yeah,
you're right. My buddy Randy caught the first home run that Yordan Alvarez ever hit.
Really?
He hit it up into under the gas pump at Minute Maid Park, and my buddy caught it, and he gave it back to Yordan, and Yordan gave him an autographed bat, an autographed hat, gave him another home run ball that he hit later. Like he treated him right.
Okay.
But to me, this for Otani, that's a big deal, and it's probably he probably would have liked to have it in the Hall of Fame. Baseball would probably like to have it in the Hall of Fame.
Didn't they took the base he stole?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they took the sand or the dirt that he stood on
when he hit the home run. Okay.
That's going a little bit too far, I think. But
so now, the guys who are putting this up for sale, Chris Belansky and Kelvin Ramirez. Apparently, there's two of them. But a Florida teenager is filing a lawsuit to stop the auction, claiming he is the rightful owner of the baseball. What? Max Matus, who's 18, says in a lawsuit that he successfully grabbed the ball that Otani hit. That was the 50-50 ball. Mm-hmm. However, he alleges in the lawsuit the ball was wrestled off of him by two fellow spectators, Chris Belansky and Kelvin Ramirez.
Mm-hmm.
The lawsuit seeks an injunction against the auction house to stop Friday's auction of the ball from going ahead. It's supposed to be auctioned off today.
Okay.
However, they said they've got no plans to call off the auction after reviewing the lawsuit and studying footage of the scramble for the ball. We are aware of the case that has been filed, having reviewed the allegations and images included in the lawsuit and publicly available video from the game. We're going to go live with the auction of the Otani 50-50 ball. Bidding is due to start Friday at an opening price of, what do you think?
I'd say.
What's the bidding start at?
I don't know. Let's see. $50,000.
$500,000.
Wow. That's the starting bid.
Yep. Or there's a buy it now price
of
$4.5 million.
You're kidding.
Yep. So the auction is going to be going.
man.
The auction starts today. It's going to go through October 9th. So if you want it, $4.5 million. If bidding reaches $3 million before October 9th, the option to purchase it privately will be removed, and you'll have to bid the rest of the way out. The record price for a baseball, Mark McGwire's 70th home run ball,
Okay.
$3.05 million. I'm going to guess this ball gets less than $3.05 million. That's my guess.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk some college football next. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work, it's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. For the moment, we are in good shape. Now we are starting to fill in and slow down. 1604 northbound from I-10 to 35 should take you about 25 minutes. 35 minutes, 1604 westbound. I-10 all the way over to 281. On 35 northbound, 1604 to FM 1103, 8-minute ride. I-10 eastbound from Loop 410 to 1604, that's about 5-6 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
When I wake up, the best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. Pull on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot. I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on. Good mornings make for better days. I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
George gets justice.
At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, our motto is simple. George gets justice. But what does that mean for you? It means you get an award-winning team of attorneys who will fight for everything taken from you so that you can get back to what matters in life. When we say George gets justice, it's just not a motto. It's a commitment to you. Call us at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice.
George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
In the Bible's creation account, I'm struck by the fact that the humans God put in the garden didn't have any anxiety. One writer defines anxiety as an automatic reaction to a threat, real or imagined. The root meaning of the word anxiety means to choke or to take by the throat. One of the ways we know we are anxious is a tightening feeling in our chest. In that original garden, there was no such thing as death nor any of the lesser evils humans have encountered since that produce anxiety. So one of the essential skills humans must develop in this life is how to deal with anxiety that comes from relationships, families, marriages, health, vocation, and the unexpected, to name a few. One suggestion is to develop the ability to respond rather than react. This calls for reflection that leads to responsible action rather than reactive impulses. So take some time today to reflect on what you've learned from anxious times in the past. This is Mark Absher, the MacArthur Park Church of Christ, with a thought about anxiety. Visit our church online at macarthurchurch.org. The MacArthur Park Church of Christ, connecting God and people.
Enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Text TIP to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. And they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X absolutely free. Text TIP to 42424.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws a block, and his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sweet chocolate reward. Sweet chocolate reward.
This is not just the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat at Walgreens. This is the sound of someone picking up a sweet treat right after receiving all their vaccines in one trip. This is the sound of treating yourself, because you protected yourself.
Stop by or schedule both your flu and COVID-19 vaccines today and grab yourself a sweet treat while you're at it. Vaccine subject to availability. State, age, and health-related restrictions may apply.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. San Antonio Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys seal a win 20-15 against the New York Football Giants. Sunday, the Houston Texans welcome the Jacksonville Jaguars into NRG Stadium with the kickoff set for noon. In college football, the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns take on Mississippi State in Austin. The 24th ranked Texas A&M Aggies are in Arlington as they take on Arkansas at Jerry World. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Alrighty. 2 down, 2 to go.
Yep.
Hours, that is, of the Morning Huddle here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to do something. I got to do something for the people. I say I got to do something. I love to do this. I love to give things away to the people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give away 2 tickets to the Barbacoa and Big Red Festival, October 12th and 13th. Down at the Freeman Coliseum. I might still go, but I'm just done drinking Big Red.
You gave up.
You guys can have the Big Red, but I do want the Barbacoa. It was so good to eat that yesterday.
I'm telling you. Just with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pinch of salt and the onions and the cilantro, right?
Yeah.
Did you use corn or flour?
I used flour. That's just what they gave me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They didn't even ask me.
I think corn tortillas should only be used for enchiladas, and that's it.
That's it?
Yeah, I don't like corn on anything else. It's got to be flour, though, man.
What about, like, al pastor?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Has to be.
Yeah, it's got to be, yeah. But, yeah, I'd say, but the majority of the time, it's got to be flour.
What about fish tacos?
I don't like fish tacos.
You like shrimp tacos?
No, I don't like any seafood tacos.
You're always going fishing and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't put a tortilla on it. I eat it blackened.
Okay. Yeah, I think there's a place for both, but I will say there's sometimes the taco corn tortilla is not substantial to hold up for the needs of
the flour,
the taco. And like carne asada, if you try to put carne asada in a corn tortilla,
that's a disaster.
It's a disaster. But I don't know, barbacoa I could go either way. Al pastor though. Al pastor is generally my favorite taco.
Okay.
I don't like it at breakfast time, but if I like
more lunchtime or
a lunch or dinner time taco.
Yeah. Okay.
But then it's got to be corn. It's got to be corn.
Oh, okay.
And I want the cilantro and the onions and to squeeze a lime on it.
There we go, the lime.
Love it. And I think carnitas you need corn.
Oh, okay. No, I'll eat it with flour, but it's a preference.
Oh, you're a poser.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Well, now you know. Anytime you get me anything, it's
you're
gotta
a
be flour.
Poser. Me, poodle. All right, let's do caller number. I don't know. I'll make it easy on Vic. Caller number 3. You can go to the Barbacoa and Big Red Festival. You and a buddy. All the barbacoa you can eat. Carnal. Cannot wait. Is it unlimited a barbacoa? Like, do you just go store to store, or do you have to, like, you go in and then you start buying it from people?
Yeah, there's different booths, different.
So, like,
different vendors.
The price of admission doesn't get you all the barbacoa, right?
I don't know that for sure, but
if it is, they're making a big mistake with me.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna go in there
if it's an all you
shop.
Yeah,
I'll treat it like a Brazilian steakhouse. Those Brazilian steakhouses, they don't even want me there anymore. I used to do commercials for one in Houston, and I'd go there all the time, and it'd be
I got so full that what's the one in River Center, the Fogo de Chao, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah. I did one for a place called Chamagaucha.
Oh yeah, there's one here too.
Yeah, there's one up there by my house, and they should advertise with us.
I recorded they used to.
Oh,
and then when the owner came in, he told me that I was pronouncing it wrong. It's Chamagaucha.
Chamagaucha.
Yeah, and I was like, not Chamagaucha. Like, I just naturally said it that way. He goes, no. Shama. He was always, real.
Shama.
Yeah, Chamagaucha.
Oh, it's so good.
But everybody pronounces it different, but yeah, as long as you go there, have your. I like it.
The picanha.
Medium to medium rare. Not medium well, but
when I go in there, I tell them, hey.
You want it raw?
I said, I want you to bring out the rarest you're comfortable bringing it out. And when they cut it off there and I see that
they're just a sea of blood. You're like, nom nom nom.
It's not blood, it's meat juice.
All right, yeah.
It's not blood.
It's blood.
It's not blood.
And then your gout's going like, hey.
Oh no, I've already given him I've given that gout my medicine.
Yeah.
Some guy I met at the bar the other day was like he was sitting next to me and he had his own mixer with him. And I was like, what are you mixing? And it was cherry juice. And he was pouring cherry juice. I don't know what he was drinking, vodka or whiskey or what, but he was pouring cherry juice into it. Okay. Like he pulled it out of his bag and like dumped it into his drink. I was like, would you bring your own mixer? And he's like, yeah, it's cherry juice. I said, you got the gout? He's like, yeah. The organic way to and I said, oh yeah, I'm a gout guy myself. The organic way apparently to fight off the gout is with cherry juice. And I was like, I don't use cherry juice though.
So does it hurt like as you're eating? Does it hurt, or does it just hurt like later?
No, for me it never hurts anymore because I take that pill.
Okay, so the pill does work.
Oh yeah, it's magical.
Okay,
but
if you don't take the pill, what happens?
It feels like someone drove a spike through your foot.
Okay.
And you literally can't walk.
Really?
But it's funny because red meat is apparently one of the big causes of it. But for me, one of the big flare-up things for it was shellfish. Like if I would eat shrimp or oysters or something like that.
Eat a whole bucket of shrimp.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'll still be hungry. That's weird. But
that's what when I go to that Chamagaucha.
Yeah, Chamagaucha.
I like when they come with the shrimp, and I'll eat 100 shrimp.
Yeah.
They'll be like.
As an appetizer.
Sir, please, no more shrimp.
We ran out of shrimp.
Sir, please. The shrimp are all gone. We only have chicken and sausage.
Yeah, no more red meat either.
I never eat chicken at a Brazilian steakhouse. I never eat sausage. And I never eat a salad. Even though the salad bar is big and beautiful and tempting.
I need the salad to offset the protein. I need that. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a waste of space.
It's a kidney thing.
Back to my story about the dude. He was like, "Oh, you shouldn't take that gout medicine." I was like, "Why?" He's like, "It's going to ruin your kidneys."
You're going to be like me in 10 years, huh?
I never heard of this, but
yeah, there's a lot of medicines I can't take because of that.
I went home and I was thinking about it. I was laying in bed thinking about it, and I was like, "Who do I think knows more, my doctor,
or the guy at the bar,
or the guy at the bar pulling cherry juice out of his backpack?" I think I'm not even gonna Google it. I'm just gonna stick with my doctor's opinion.
Yeah.
Doctors.
So your as long as your kidneys are healthy, you're good to take that medicine. But
why would my kidneys not be healthy? Is the real question.
Mm.
I mean, I treat my body right.
How much beer per week?
Does beer go into your kidneys?
Eventually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Your liver, of course, but everything flows through your liver.
My liver. I can't.
We'll just cut a piece out and let it grow back.
Too late to turn back on the liver.
Yeah. Your poor liver.
Yeah, he fought the good fight. He's still fighting a good fight. God bless him. Andrew said he's going to Shama after the golf tournament, after his golf round for his birthday.
Yeah.
The golf tournament is on his birthday. Andrew, who I got the golf for because he took the orange cat, the old trash cat, Heathcliff.
Oh,
I called him Heathcliff because he was like a,
What did they name him?
I don't know. I don't know what they ended up naming, but he was, he was a street cat. Andrew sent me some photos. It looks like he's living a good life. So
good.
That'll be good, Andrew. Bring back take one of the if you get a bone or something, take it back. Let that cat gnaw on the bone when you get back from Shama. What a great place. That makes me want to go eat there.
I know.
My mouth started watering all of a sudden.
I like the salad bar though.
Oh, you can't do it.
Yeah. I only eat it. It's a good choice.
You don't get the you don't go over and get those mashed potatoes, do you?
No.
Good.
Yeah.
I know people who go over there. They get mashed potatoes. They get rice and beans.
There's too many sides for the meat that you're about to eat. So
my son pisses me off so much. He, those little cheesy bread balls they put on the table.
Yes.
Oh, he'll eat 20 of them.
No.
I say, dude,
that fills you up. No.
That is valuable meat space.
Yeah.
I'm like my stomach is like Jenga. I know, I can fit a lamb chop.
Oh, yeah.
I can fit, or it's like Tetris. I can fit a lamb chop right over here.
Yeah.
And then if I wiggle around enough, I'm going to have room for some more picanha.
Right.
Some of the house special.
Oh,
there. Yep. Give me some of that garlic beef. I'll put it in right in that little slot. And then when I leave.
What do you drink with it?
Water. Yeah, okay. Water.
Yeah.
Well, I also drink usually like one of those caipirinhas.
Oh, yeah.
Rob doesn't like rum. That cachaca.
The rum shaka.
I like that caipirinhas at the Brazilian
like
Steakhouse. That's good. They do whatever kind of fruit you want. I like the pineapple. Pineapple caipirinha.
Man, I want to go eat there.
Or a mojito.
Okay.
That's good usually with the steak.
Yeah.
But I try not to drink too much booze, and I will never drink beer at one of those places because, again, it makes you full.
It makes you full. You're right.
You got to. I'm a pro Brazilian Steakhouse guy. A pro.
Pro beef eater.
That's right. Get on my level. All right. Well, that was not college football talk like I intended it to be, but we will do college football talk on the other side. I just had to. I had to get that out of my system. Now I'm thinking.
Now I'm
about
hungry.
It again.
Yeah, me too.
I might go. All right, we'll be right back. Some more Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is a Football Friday. We're going to be talking a lot of Cowboys football. John Machota with The Athletic will join us at 5:15.
But we'll also react to the Giants game from last night with Dat Wynn, former co-host, Cowboy linebacker. He will join us at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The
John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Slung it on out there.
Posted
right in time for deer season.
Naked pictures of his
Tommy Lee Schlong
business.
I don't know if Tommy Lee Schlong can type. Hi, Mr. Schlong.
Hi, John. I tell you, no, I can't type. No, but I can dictate.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacova's grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tacovas, don't go gently.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential. But finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL, Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Andrea Benavidez is our winner. You think we have so many more female listeners now because I'm so handsome? You think that's what it is?
Yeah, they're coming in.
Or do you think it's because of my voice, my sexy voice? What do you think draws them in?
That you have the gout.
Oh, yeah. Women love
Yeah.
dudes with gout.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's so hot.
That's like the dad bod part.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. That dude eats so much red meat. So hot. College football. We're back in action, baby. Week 5 of college football is upon us. And
Didn't Army play?
Army played last night. Army dominated last night. They took a dump on old Temple. Temple's terrible. So it's not like a real surprise. But, yeah, they took care of business, ran for about 400 yards. Temple just dreadful. One game tonight, Virginia Tech is at Miami. This Miami team, remember I was talking about how if all you've done is just go bet blindly on Texas every week, you've made money. Same with Miami.
Oh, nice.
They're getting the job done every week for bettors. Miami, Texas, Tennessee, and Ole Miss have all gone 4-0 against the spread, even when they've got big numbers. They're meeting expectations, exceeding expectations, which is all you can ask for as a bettor. But I don't know. The number 17.5 tonight, I don't have a great feel for this game. I don't like Virginia Tech at all. I didn't like Virginia Tech coming into the season. They're 2-2 right now. I think their offense stinks. But this number is just not, it's not where I have it, so I'm not going to be playing this game. I'm not going to bet against Miami here, but I'm not going to bet on them either. Elsewhere this weekend, speaking of that Ole Miss team, they are a 16-point favorite against the Kentucky Wildcats as they look to get to 5-0. Kentucky, they gave Georgia a scare, but this Ole Miss offense is humming. And I guess I should have mentioned when I was talking about Miami, Cam Ward is your new favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. He is now in the lead in the Heisman odds. Jackson Dart is right in that conversation. Let's see what the current numbers are. Cam Ward is plus 450. Jackson Dart second at 5-1. Jalen Milroe of Alabama 7-1. Nico Iamaleava is plus 950, the quarterback from Tennessee. Dylan Gabriel 10-1. Carson Beck, the Georgia quarterback, 14-1, and Quinn Ewers still on the list at 16-1, despite missing a few games. Still at least in striking range. But Jackson Dart, this is the beauty of Jackson Dart, who, as I mentioned, they've covered every game, and that's because Lane Kiffin is not afraid to hurt your feelings. If he's got a chance to hurt your feelings, he's going to do it. And he would love to get Jackson Dart a Heisman Trophy. And right now, through 4 games, he's got almost 1,600 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's getting the job done. And Ole Miss has a really good defense. Although they haven't really played anybody, we'll see how they do stepping up into SEC play. Kentucky sitting at 2-2. Minnesota is at Michigan. This is going to be, if you want to take a nap, it's an early game, though. So let's say you wake up early on Saturday and you've got to, you got to mow the lawn. Maybe the last time you're mowing the lawn for the season. You say, you know what, I'm going to finish up my yard. I'm going to put the lawnmower away.
Yeah.
And then you get done around 10:45, and do you ever sit down to watch a football game, but as you sit down to watch the football game, you're planning on falling asleep while you watch it?
Yeah.
I do that sometimes too.
Yeah, I do that.
This is the game to do it to. Michigan and
just
Minnesota.
Watch the beginning of it and then
this is going to be
eventually.
so boring. Minnesota is one of the worst offensive teams in the country. They're not going to be able to move the ball against Michigan, but Michigan's offense is absolute garbage.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be an ugly, ugly game. The total in this game is 35.5. So they're saying there's going to be. This is a rock fight game.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State's at Kansas State. That's another 11 a.m. kick. Oklahoma State. This Bowman character, I don't know what to make of him. I don't know what to make of Oklahoma State. I don't think they're very good. I said they should. I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about Arkansas. Arkansas dominated them and somehow found a way to blow that game. But Kansas State, who looked like maybe they were playing some good ball, they went to BYU last week against a pretty mediocre BYU team and got their doors blown off. So tough to make heads or tails of what to expect in this game. BYU is now in the rankings. They're number 22 at 4-0. This is a phony 4-0 team. They got that win against Kansas State. Their other wins: Southern Illinois, SMU. They beat 18-15, and then they beat Wyoming. Yeah. BYU's no good. Baylor is a 3-point favorite at home. I think Baylor gets that job done. Then Wisconsin is at USC. I don't like this Wisconsin team. I said I didn't like them when they got absolutely crushed. And listen, USC coming off that loss against Michigan, I think when you look at Michigan and their defense and how they were able to slow down, or they were able to get to move the ball against this Wisconsin team, or against USC, I think that USC is going to have some success, because to beat USC, you've just got to be better up front than Wisconsin is. They could not get any kind of pass rush against Alabama. That's why the final score was 1,000,000-10 or whatever it was. So I think USC just smashes Wisconsin here. Louisville and Notre Dame's a really interesting game. Another game, apparently, like, the weather looks like the hurricane stuff is going to be sitting up around Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio area. That's where the worst of it's going to be.
Right.
Notre Dame, of course, in Indiana. So I don't know what to expect from a weather standpoint. But I think this is going to be a pretty rock-fighty game too. As good as Louisville's offense has been, I could see Notre Dame doing a good job of slowing them down, and I don't like Notre Dame's offense. But Louisville, their offense so far has been very good. Again, though, who have they played? But Tyler Shuck, the quarterback that was at Oregon and at Texas Tech, is their quarterback. He's having a good season so far. I saw yesterday, and you know what? I think they've taken it off the board. Oklahoma's at Auburn. I feel dumb because I bet on Oklahoma at open. I figured, Oklahoma off of their getting their ass kicked, they're going to want to right the ship.
Right.
I saw the injury report yesterday. It's like 3 dudes from Auburn and like 30 dudes from Oklahoma. They don't have any players. And right now, at least at ESPN Bet, it's off the board. So you can't even bet on this game right now. It's a disaster. I hate Auburn. I want to bet against Auburn. Hugh Freeze going in public, like in the press conference after they lost last week, basically saying that his quarterback stunk, throwing him under the bus, throwing his players under the bus. I wanted to fade it so bad that I just jumped out there, and now I'm stuck with a ticket with a team that's got a bunch of injuries. We'll see how that ends up. Obviously, Arkansas and A&M, that is a 2:30 start as well. A&M a 5.5-point favorite right now. We talked about them earlier in the show. Ohio State's at Michigan State, a 23.5-point favorite. Ohio State's played absolutely no one so far. This is their first even moderate test, Michigan State is. I'm curious to see how they look. Stanford's at Clemson. Iowa State is at Houston. Houston stinks. I wish there was a better way to say it. They are not good at football, and it is a total reset. Year 1 under Willie Fritz. I like the hire. I think Willie Fritz is going to be a good coach.
Right.
But right now, it is ugly. I think Iowa State is going to absolutely mollywop Houston. Mississippi State's at Texas. We talked about that earlier as well. I don't expect much fight out of Mississippi State in this game. The game of the week, though, boys. Oh, yes. The Alabama Crimson Tide hosting the Georgia Bulldogs in a battle for supremacy in the SEC, the Southeast Conference.
Yeah.
Who
do you got?
I think I like Alabama. I think I do. I think I like Alabama as a dog. Georgia's dealing with some injuries. I think Georgia's a better team. I have them rated as a better team. But for being the so-called Alabama killer, or now he's taken over the helm. Kirby Smart's like 1-5 against Alabama since he's been at Georgia.
Oh,
He
okay.
beats everybody but Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
Now Nick Saban's been there that whole time, and now Nick Saban's not there. I don't know what that's going to look like, but I like Kalen DeBoer. I like Kalen DeBoer, especially as an underdog. Alabama hasn't been a home underdog since Nick Saban's first year at Alabama. I think I'm back in the Tide. I haven't put any money on it yet. I was hoping to get 3 points. It doesn't look like I'm going to get 3 points now. And then I started worrying about the weather situation there because earlier in the week it looked like the hurricane was going to come that way. Looks like
changed?
Yeah, it looked like it moved off of that part of the country and is going to be kind of through. There'll still be some muck, but the rain and the wind is going to be up further north by then.
It's football weather.
Yeah,
Play
fine.
in the rain. Yeah, you'll be all right.
Fine.
I love when the wind is high.
And I think I like what I've seen out of Jalen Milroe, and I also would like to see someone besides Georgia win the SEC. So I don't want Georgia to have a bye in the first round. That sounds like a nightmare for the rest of the country. So it'd be nice if Alabama could get it out of the way. Although if you're a Texas fan, you might want to cheer for Georgia because once Georgia's got one loss, they're going to be focused and locked in. Although, I mean, listen, it's going to be the top two teams in the country. But, that's a hell of a game. I'll probably have no money on the side, but I am going to watch every minute of it. Penn State is hosting Illinois. Penn State basically just crushes bad teams. But Illinois is 4-0. I don't know if they're a bad team. They're a 19.5-point favorite. I'm not going to wager on this one. I don't think. If I do, it'll just be a team total over for Penn State because Penn State ran it up on this defense a year ago. South Alabama's at LSU. LSU should roll. Washington State's at Boise State. This is a big game for it. It's turned into this. We talked about the group of 5 representatives and who it could be. Well, Washington State is suddenly entered the conversation because they now have wins over Texas Tech and Washington, 2 Power 4 schools. Remember, Washington State got left out of the conversation when it came to realignment. If they get this win at Boise, the path is pretty open for them to win the rest of their games, and they could be in the playoff. A year after getting kicked out of the Pac-12, they could find their way into the playoff. Now, again, they're a 6.5-point underdog at Boise. Boise's a tough place to play, but it's not like it's bad travel for Washington State. It's actually one of the closer games they'll play to home this year. So I kind of like Washington State catching the points here. Arizona's at Utah. Utah an 8-point favorite. I don't know who's going to play quarterback for Utah, so I'm not touching them. And Oregon is at UCLA in the 10 o'clock game on Fox. Oregon a 25.5-point favorite. It seems a little steep for me, but also UCLA has burned me in the past. All right. When we come back, let's take a look around the NFL, see what else is cooking this weekend now that the Cowboys are out of the way. We'll look at the Houston Texans, their game coming up, and talk about the rest of the games in the league. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National Contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Heads up, we've got a new trouble spot on 281 southbound Tacoma, north side of town. It's a stall broken down right in the center lane. Just occurred. A little bit of stop and go from right around Brook Hollow. On 1604 westbound Judson Road, that wreck is still there. Now off to the right shoulder, so about a 5-7 minute delay. That has yourself from 35. Pretty much most all our major freeway systems are filling in, slowing down for your morning rush hour. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
You know, Twin Peaks was your ideal locale last night to watch those games because they got so many TVs. It doesn't matter how many games are on. You'll be able to watch every one of them because that's what Twin Peaks does. Provides everybody there a man cave. We know what man caves have. All the food you want, scratch-made coming out of the kitchen. You got a mixologist standing behind the bar knowing exactly what she's doing. She's a mixologist, for heaven's sake. And then you got all the specials, morning, noon, and night, day after day. There's another reason to be at Twin Peaks and hang out with friends alike mind. Head there every Friday. You know the tequila's going to be poured. You know the costumes, the outfits are going to be outstanding. You know Saturday all day. The apps coming out for all your favorite games are going to be hot and fresh, and they're going to be on all day. And if you're a late night type, they got late night happy hours just for you. That's why all 4 of those locations around San Antonio are just waiting for you. 151 and 410, De Zavala and I-10. Loopland right there at Blanco and 410. Then one over on IKEA. Head over to Twin Peaks today. The eats are spectacular, the drinks are icy cold, but be honest with yourself. Why are you going? It's those scenic views.
Una de 4 baterías de automóvil está débil y necesita ser reemplazada. Deje que los profesionales de O'Reilly Auto Parts prueben su batería gratis. Pueden recomendar la batería Superstar adecuada para su vehículo. Más información en O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the HEB Plus, located at 9238 North Loop 1604 West in Bandera Road in San Antonio from 9 a.m. to noon on Sunday, September 29th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by HEB.
My wife and I always loved doing everything together. Jiu-jitsu, kayaking, and intimacy was always on point. It was around my early 30s when I noticed a downward trend. Watching a lot of TV, putting on weight, and just full of self-doubt. I had tried another men's clinic with disappointing results. It's the personalized treatment I receive at Revive Men's Health that has been the complete game changer for me. I've got my energy and motivation back. I'm feeling stronger than I did in my 20s, and it made me a much better husband to my wife.
I'm Nicole Chrysler, healthcare provider at Revive Men's Health. If you are always feeling tired or moody, have a difficult time sleeping, or decreased libido, you may be suffering from low testosterone.
Book your free T-check and exam. Call Revive Men's Health San Antonio at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dang, I never heard this one before.
I know, right?
This sounds like a Gatorade commercial where they're dribbling.
Maybe that's where it's from.
Oh! Oh! Cowboys are out of the way. There's still plenty more to play, baby. That means we got 15 more games before it's all said and done, including the Houston Texans taking on Jacksonville. Jacksonville coming off what can only be described as a humiliating loss to the Buffalo Bills. But here's my thoughts on this one. The Texans are favored by 6 points. I feel like there's maybe been a bit of an overreaction to how bad the Jags are. The Jags stink, don't get me wrong. But I knew they stunk coming into the season. They stink.
Right.
But this line over the summer was 3.5. The Texans were 3.5-point favorites. They are now 6.5-point favorites. The Texans haven't. I don't think you can upgrade the Texans on what you've seen so far. Like, the Texans are about what we thought they would be. They're pretty good. They'll go through some struggles. They went through a pretty gnarly struggle last week. I don't know that the Jags are 3 points worse than I thought they were. And anytime there's overreactions like that, that's when I feel like the time to bet is. The Bills were going to make the Jags look bad because the Jags play almost exclusively man coverage. And Josh Allen, all he does is shred man coverage. And the Jags don't have the personnel to play zone. They don't have the coaches that like to play zone. And it was a playground for Josh Allen. It's not that way for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud struggles against man coverage. C.J. Stroud, it would not shock me if C.J. Stroud had a rough go of it here. The question for me is, what are the Jags going to get offensively? I don't know. It's tough for me to get behind that offense. I think they're pretty rough right now. Trevor Lawrence looks bad. It doesn't make me want to back them, but I think that's the move. I dipped in on Jacksonville when it touched 7. I had to pay an extra juice. I had to pay minus 115 to get the 7 on Jacksonville. But that's a key number, so I thought it was worth it. But if you forced me to make a play at 6.5, I think I'd still play Jacksonville. I think the Texans win the game. I think it's a tight game. It's a tighter game than expected. The Texans still have issues. They don't have a running game right now. The defense looked downright awful last week, and it seems like everybody was just willing to brush it off, like it never happened. And did the Jags get their ass kicked last week? Certainly, but 34-7 against Minnesota. That you got beat by Sam Darnold by 27 points. That wasn't even close. So I don't know. I don't feel great about where the Texans are as a team right now. They were turning the ball over. Defense looks rough. So I think there is a little bit of an edge on the line there with Jacksonville. Elsewhere in the National Football League, Saints and the Falcons. This line sitting around 2.5. I think I like the Falcons here. I think the Saints are. I think what we saw last week, and I know Rob likes the Saints more than I do, but I think the Saints got a little hyped up off that Cowboys win that in hindsight wasn't all that great, and they beat the crap out of the Panthers, which are the Panthers.
Yeah.
Last week, they scored 12 points against the Philadelphia Eagles at home. I think that's more what they are. Now they're going back on the road to Atlanta, division game. I think I like the Falcons here as the short favorites, anything under a field goal. Steelers are at the Colts. Steelers a 1.5 point road favorite. I like the Colts here. I just saw on ESPN, all the experts pick the Steelers. I think the Steelers are frauds. This happened a year, maybe 2 years ago. The Steelers started out like 8-0.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept saying, this team is not good. This team is not good. The metrics say they're not good. The stats say they're not good. Eventually, this voodoo luck magic is going to run out.
Yeah.
And, of course, it did. And then they got in there against playoff teams and just got whacked because they were never good. Justin Fields is not good. They're 3-0. That's good. They are not a good team. So I just think you're always going to get an overinflated line on a 3-0 team, especially that's not supposed to be 3-0. Give me the Colts as home dogs here. Vikings are at the Packers. And for whatever reason, this 3-0 team is not getting the love. People are just convinced the Vikings are no good. They're a 3-point dog on the road at the Packers, which basically people are saying on a neutral the Packers are better than the Vikings, and I don't think that's true. I think the Vikings are better than the Packers, and if you can get a field goal on the road, I like the Vikings in that one. Bengals are at the Panthers. Bengals 4.5-point road favorites. Oh, Panthers. They looked like a respectable NFL football team last week, which was cool, but I'm not sure that that's what they are. Andy Dalton was better than Bryce Young. Andy Dalton's an actual NFL quarterback right now, albeit a really good backup quarterback. I think the Bengals have to get right here. The Bengals are 0-3. 0-3. If they 0-3, we talked about this earlier in the week. Teams that start out 0-3, 2% of them in the history of time, 2% have gone on to make the playoffs. You go to 0-4, 0.0. That'd be the end of that. So I think you get a focused effort from the Bengals. They should be able to beat the Panthers. Rams and the Bears. I hate this game. I'm not going to touch this game because I hate the Bears, and the Rams are too injured for me to look at. Broncos, Jets. Broncos are 7.5-point dogs. Jets probably win this game. I don't like to bet the Jets laying a bunch of points because I still don't believe in their offense. Their defense hasn't been as good as I thought they were. The Broncos stink, though. This total's 39.5. So if you're telling me there's going to be 40 points scored in the game and I'm getting 7.5 on the underdog, I'm probably going to take that more often than not. Eagles and the Bucks, the under. The under's been hammered now, though. This Eagles offense is just in shambles. We saw the Eagles defense look pretty good last week against the Saints. I still don't trust Baker Mayfield. Eagles 1.5-point favorites. I don't have a great feel for that. I don't think I can back the Eagles on the road without their offense, without A.J. Brown, without Devontae Smith, and it looks like both of those guys are going to be out. So I could only look to the Bucs there. Commanders and the Cardinals. God, this total is up, getting up to 50.5 now. These are probably two of the worst defenses in the league. I think Arizona is going to just do whatever they want in this game offensively, but I don't trust either of these defenses. It's going to be a stay away. Pats and the Niners. It's too many points, 10.5, but I'm not betting against the 49ers here. This is the kind of game where Kyle Shanahan's going to look to make a statement, look to get right. But the Patriots have been tough. They've been sneaky tough. And the 49ers clearly still beat up. George Kittle, Debo, those two guys, I'm curious what the status is for them. We do know that Christian McCaffrey's out still. Looks like he's going to be out for at least a couple more weeks at best, if he doesn't end up having surgery. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. Browns, Raiders, yuck. I'll just say that and move right along. Chiefs, Chargers. Chiefs, 7.5-point road favorites. Normally, I would say that makes no sense, but I just can't back the Chargers now, not knowing the status of Justin Herbert, not knowing the status of Bosa. Those two guys are that team. They need those guys to stay competitive, and last week when they were off the field, they just looked like trash. And then Bills-Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Seems like the world is on the Ravens. Ravens are 2.5-point favorites. They've taken all the money. I like the Bills. I like the way the Bills are playing right now. I like the way the Bills are playing defense. And I think the Ravens they showed some weaknesses in the second half against the Cowboys. That they still have some issues. Justin Tucker is so important to that team because special teams is so important to the Ravens. Defense, special teams, running the ball. Bills have done a good job stopping the run. They've done a good job on special teams. And if the special teams aren't right for the Ravens, Justin Tucker's like 1 of 7 or something like that from deep this year. So, I don't trust the Ravens right now in a close game. So give me the Bills in that one. Either way, we got a lot of good games this weekend. I think that Bills-Ravens is kind of the best of the best. Vikings-Packers I'm looking forward to as well. So, and then probably in that late window, I'll probably end up sticking on the Cardinals-Commanders or the Chiefs-Chargers if Herbert plays. If Herbert plays, I'll be interested in that Chiefs-Chargers game. And if Herbert plays and looks like he's going to be right, I might buy into some Chargers plus 7.5 if I can get that. So there's your look at Week 4. 2 Monday night games. We'll talk about those as we normally do on Monday. Titans-Dolphins, Seahawks-Lions. That Titans-Dolphins game is going to be gross. This is one of the ones where I'm glad they're giving us 2 games.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins don't know who they're going to play at quarterback. The Titans are going to play Will Levis. If I had told you at the beginning of the season that there would be a Dolphins game with a 36.5 total, you would have thought it was a team total, and only the Dolphins were going to score 36 points. No, that's the whole game. 36.5 points in the whole game. They brought in Tyler Huntley, Snoop Huntley, who I think in his career, 9 career starts, 8 of them have hit the under. And that you've seen this line move from 39.5 down to 37. The total has moved down. The Dolphins a 1-point favorite, 1.5 in some places at home. But that Seahawks-Lions game I think should be good. And, I saw it. ESPN posted this. The uniforms for that game, chef's kiss. They look good. I like the Lions unis. The Seahawks are going to look good. It's going to be a fun game to watch from a uniforms perspective. But I think it's going to be a fun game anyway. Lions 3.5-point favorites at home. Cool. Should be a good one. The Seahawks, one of the remaining unbeaten teams. So, lastly, we'll talk about how the Cowboys stack up against the NFC East right now, 2-2. We mentioned the rest of those teams. The Giants now 1-3. The Eagles, basically a coin flip game. 1.5-point favorites at the Bucks, and the Commanders are dogs at the Cardinals. 2-2 could be tied for first at the end of this week, which is pretty wild to think about. I still don't think the Cowboys are the best team in the division. I saw today the Cowboys' odds to make the playoffs 36%, according to ESPN. The Washington's 35%. The Giants are 4%, and Philly is 82% to make the playoffs. 36 is not a good number if you're a Cowboys fan. That's not what you want to see. But I would probably give them better odds than that. But I still think Philly is the class of this division. Although right now, while they're banged up, now's the time to make your hay. As long as they don't have their full roster out there, they're certainly not going to be looking like they normally do. And so you take those if you can sneak in a loss for Philly against Tampa, you probably feel a lot better. As far as the AFC South goes, if the Texans are able to get a win here, the Texans already had a pretty big cushion in that division a week ago. They lost. They're still ahead of everybody. They're 2-1. The Colts 1-2. Jacksonville and Tennessee both 0-3. So the Texans almost I don't want to say a lock to win that division. I don't see anybody else in that division who's going to put up much fight. Maybe Indy figures some stuff out. I don't know. If they get to 2-2 this week, maybe they've got some hope. But I just think they've got a lot of issues, and Anthony Richardson still is a ways away from being the dude. So there you go. There's your look at the NFL. We'll hit on any changes and maybe some props in the Daily Lines segment coming up at 9:30. But that is a rundown of what we've got. And of course, I guess we don't have it. We don't carry a Sunday game now, huh? Oh, yeah, we do. We carry Sunday night football.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens host Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills on ESPN AM 1250. I wonder why this one got kicked over to the AM.
Mm-hmm.
Starts at 6:30 with the pregame Sunday Night Football on San Antonio's ESPN AM 1250, presented by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Do people hear us on that AM station?
No, I don't think so.
What are they hearing now? Greeny?
Yeah, probably Greeny.
Better not be listening to that. If you're listening to that over us, you're a loser. All right, we'll be back. Last hour of the show coming up, Morning Huddle 941.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys are in the Steel City taking on Pittsburgh.
I like this kind of party.
Pregame starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Heads up, we've got a new trouble spot on 281 southbound Tacoma, north side of town. It's a stall broken down right in the center lane. Just occurred. A little bit of stop and go from right around Brook Hollow. On 1604 westbound Judson Road, that wreck is still there. Now off to the right shoulder, so about a 5-7 minute delay. That has you slow from 35. Pretty much most all our major freeway systems are filling in, slowing down for your morning rush hour. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career you'll love with flexibility, great pay, and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces? Join their growing team. Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. That's progressive.com/careers.
Have you or a family member been arrested? The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, can help regardless of the legal battle you are facing, personal injury or criminal defense. Attorney Jesse Hernandez and his team are ready to fight for you. Calls are answered 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Call 210-807-8656 or visit jessehernandezlaw.com. That's 210-807-8656 or jessehernandezlaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
Check it out, the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence. At Verizon, you can get it when you trade in any phone from one of their top brands.
Any?
Any.
Even if it's 4 years old?
Yeah.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk?
Yep.
Even if it's 4 years old and I drop it on the sidewalk, then a scooter runs it over, so now it's not just old and cracked, but shattered?
With Verizon, the answer is always yes. New and existing customers can trade in any phone from one of our top brands in any condition for the new iPhone 16 Pro with Unlimited Ultimate. Trade-in terms apply. See Verizon.com for details. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. They say I transformed the quarterback position. The fastest ever, the strongest arm, the most rushing yards. They call me a game changer. I say BetUS.com changed the sports betting game. It started 30 years ago with the industry's biggest bonuses, and they haven't stopped. This football season, get a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Join me at BetUS Online Sportsbook and Casino, BetUS, where the game begins.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
There aren't many feelings worse than trying to start your car in the morning and being greeted with a dead battery, or being stuck on the side of the road when you don't need to be. 1 in 4 vehicles on the road will need a battery replacement this year. Don't be a statistic. Stop battery problems before they stop you by testing your battery regularly. Test yours at home or at select Napa locations nationwide. If you need a replacement, Napa has you covered with a full range of long-lasting, high-performance batteries for nearly every make and model on the road. So don't wait. Test your battery today and let Napa help you keep moving.
Connecticut quality water softeners, they are studs of water softeners, that's for sure. Got one in my house, and I tell you what, it is really a game changer. There's no question about it. I didn't think there would be a difference, but there is. Connecticut is absolutely the best. Look, Connecticut's been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Their products are made in America. And you know as well as I do, you live in San Antonio and South Texas, boy, a water softener is a must because the water is hard. It can do a lot of damage. And why not have the best? Give them a call at 656-PURE, 656-7873, because when you do that, they're going to put a Connecticut quality water softener in your home for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. You heard me right. 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. If you don't like it after 90 days, they'll come take it out. You don't owe them a dime. Call Connecticut. You won't regret it. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or ConnecticutSA.com.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Dallas Cowboys seal a win 20-15 against the New York Football Giants. Sunday, the Houston Texans welcome the Jacksonville Jaguars into NRG Stadium with the kickoff set for noon. In college football, the number 1 ranked Texas Longhorns take on Mississippi State in Austin. The 24th ranked Texas A&M Aggies are in Arlington as they take on Arkansas at Jerry World. I'm Vic Brown with 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We got another E last night. Another E for eliminated. The Seattle Mariners, those salty sailors, the Seattle Mariners will not be playing postseason baseball. Sorry, Mariners. Womp, womp.
Done. They're done.
Once had a 10-game lead in the AL West, and now, going fishing. Going fishing. We're down to 3 spots for 2 teams in the American League, the Royals, the Tigers, and the Twins. And as it sits right now, the Twins, like, everything needs to go perfectly for them. You talk about another team that's kind of choked away a lead. They were once really like the number 1 wild card team and have just fallen off the face of the earth. The Twins are 3 games behind the Royals and the Tigers. So if the Royals or Tigers win a game or the Twins lose a game, it's over for the Twins. In the National League right now, we've got the Dodgers clinched the NL West last night with a win over the Padres. Padres are still clinched into the playoffs, and they will be the number 1 wild card. So they'll play, looks like they will play Milwaukee in round 1. Whereas the last 2 remaining wild cards are yet to be decided because Arizona, Mets, and Braves all fighting for those last 2 spots. Diamondbacks have 88 wins, Mets 87, Braves 86. But remember, the Mets and Braves have 2 more games to play than do the Diamondbacks. So it looks like now those games are going to end up happening on Monday. We're going to play through the weekend, and then they're going to have to play this doubleheader on Monday to decide who makes the playoffs. And so the Diamondbacks might get into the clubhouse feeling like they're good and could potentially not get there. Although I guess with them playing against each other, it would take a lot of help for the Diamondbacks to not make it. In fact, I would guess the Diamondbacks probably have a really good probability of making it now. They are at actually the ESPN playoff calculator says no. Diamondbacks 59%, Braves 64, Mets 77. So for what it's worth, but I figure with those two teams having to play each other, it's going to be hard for both of them to pass up the Diamondbacks. Though I guess right now the Diamondbacks have a season closing series against the Padres, but the Padres don't have anything to play for. So I would expect the Padres to be setting up their rotation. I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to actually see if we could bet on that. See if we could make a wager that the Diamondbacks do make the playoffs. It's probably too late in the season to do a make the playoff bet. But I'm assuming the Diamondbacks will be one of those teams that ends up in the playoffs. And, yeah, that's I don't know if there's much else to talk about in Major League Baseball, but to make the playoff. Oh, let's see. To make the playoffs. Oh, ESPN's calculator doesn't know anything. Diamondbacks minus 330. Mets minus 230. Braves minus 175. Isn't that a bitch? They're all minus money. You got to pay on all of them when only two of them can make it. That's junk. Your favorite to win the World Series right now, the LA Dodgers plus 330, Yankees 4-1, Phillies plus 475, Astros plus 850. Man, I'm exhausted, Vic.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about the Shamagausha meat.
Oh.
I'm getting sleepy.
No wonder you got quiet.
Yeah.
No wonder you've gotten quiet.
Yeah, I'm deciding on what to drink, what kind of salad I want to get.
Oh, are you going?
I want to try at least maybe on Saturday.
Oh, drink water, man. Everything else is going to fill you up.
Yeah, I don't think I'll eat breakfast or lunch. I'll probably show up
Never.
around about 3 or 4. Just
Never.
starving.
Show up starving, baby.
Yeah.
Show up starving. What else is going on in the world of sports besides the football? I don't know. Basketball is going on, but I don't want to talk about preseason basketball.
Nah.
I did see that. Did you see our girl Angel Reese?
Oh yeah.
She was crying. She was boo-hooing because her coach got fired. She came across my Twitter. I don't know why Twitter just makes me see things that people I don't follow. That drives me crazy.
Elon's messing with you.
He must be. But I saw her come across, and she had a big, emotional, heartfelt, tear-jerking post. Said, "I'm heartbroken. I'm literally lost for words knowing what this woman meant to me in such a pivotal point in my life. She was the only person that believed in me, the one that trusted me. Many don't even know what it's like to be a black woman in sports when no one believes in you. I certainly don't. You had a tough job. All the crazy circumstances that we went through this year, and when your back was against the wall, you always believed. I came to Chicago because of you." Well, actually, you came to Chicago because they drafted you.
Yeah.
But, that's neither here nor there. "You were an unsung hero in my life. We built a relationship in a short amount of time that will last forever. I'll never question God why he brings people in my life and takes them away from me in the capacity that I need them, but I've always believed everyone is in your life for a reason and a season. You were the best reason and season. You didn't deserve this, but I can't thank you enough. I love you, Teaspoon." Teresa Witherspoon. Wow. It's very weird that, it makes it sound like she died, right?
Right.
She got fired from her lady basketball coaching job.
She didn't die.
Like, she's alive. Don't worry. But they're like, oh, I can't believe, well, they didn't make the playoffs. You missed the playoffs in a league where 8 out of 12 teams make the playoffs. You probably should be fired. Like, they should relegate you out of the league. If this was soccer, you wouldn't even be around. And now the sound of the live is too low. Guys, we're working on the sound in the new studio, doing our best. We'll have the engineers look at it again. I apologize that it's up and down on your listening devices. Hey, it'd be frustrating. I get it.
Yeah.
We're doing our best though. Doing our best, man.
We're trying.
We knew there was going to be some growing pains when we came into the new studio, but
it's Friday, but we'll probably fix it Monday.
that's my guess.
Yeah.
We were the only ones in the office. Like, I went
Yeah.
over. I went to the bathroom. I had to walk through the sales pit, and
There's nobody there.
all the lights were on, but no one was there. So I turned all the lights off again.
Sounds like a lot of people I know.
I turned all the lights off again because I was like, oh.
Yeah, just. It's like it's 9:30.
Don't you guys pretend like you've all been here. They all turn the lights on, like, oh yeah, we're here working. No,
yeah,
you're
I'm on
not.
a call. I'm on a sales call.
No,
Like,
you're not. Bunch of liars. But yeah, I'm feeling the end of the week here, Vic. It's been a long one.
Yeah, it has been.
Good for Rob. Rob, you know what? I should have done what Rob did. I should have taken the day off. We should have let Greeny run.
Oh yeah, well. Yeah.
You could have had the day off too.
Yeah, could have been
We
getting
could have
geared up
gone
for
to
that.
we could have gone to the meat place.
Man, right when they open.
Damn it.
I love it.
Damn it. God, the White Sox cannot be beat, by the way. They have not lost since they tied the record for most losses. They've
How
won
does that
3
happen?
games in a row.
How does that happen?
They don't want to be embarrassed, trying their best not to be embarrassed.
Well, they
Dude,
had
you
all
can't-
season to do
yeah,
that.
now you don't want to be embarrassed. Dude, it's way too late.
It's too freaking late.
There's a story on The Athletic that I suggest everyone go read if you can. It's from Jason Stark. About it gives his MVPs and stuff like that for the season, and we know who's going to win the MVP in the American League and the National League. It's not even in doubt. But the way that he presents these numbers is fascinating. Like Aaron Judge, he puts up all his numbers, like what he's done this season, and he's basically the only guy that they can compare to this season for Aaron Judge is Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth in 1921 and Babe Ruth in 1927. That's the only 2 seasons that compare to what Aaron Judge has done this season. And then Otani, they put his numbers up where leads the National League in home runs, runs scored, slugging, OPS, RBI, and a year that he's stolen 50 bases or more. The only other guy who's ever done that, Ty Cobb. Like, it's crazy that these guys this season are having years that are only matched by like the legends of legends. The fact that he talks about how the 50 home run club, Hank Aaron never hit 50 home runs in his whole career. Hank Aaron, who until Barry Bonds came along was the all-time home run king, never hit 50 in a season. And Shohei Otani is a pitcher who hit 50 home runs. It's
and a DH. Yeah.
It's insane what he's doing. So really cool. If you're into nerdy baseball number stuff, I kind of am seeing that piled up on The Athletic. One other story that's not really, I guess it's more of a media story. Did you see ESPN fired Zach Lowe?
I didn't see that.
He's like their best NBA guy.
Why'd they fire him?
Budget cuts. They probably had to give Stephen A more money, or I don't know. Stephen A needed more.
He needed
Pat
more
McAfee needed more.
He needed more money to hate the Cowboys. Is that what it was?
Listen. Stephen A, Pat McAfee, and Greeny take up the whole budget. And if one of them says we need more,
and everyone else makes about $30,000 a year,
gotta fire someone else. Gotta cut Zach Lowe now.
Wow,
garbage. He's good, man. I think he's like the best. I think he's one of the best NBA guys out there.
Yeah, he's got the Rain Man
That's a bummer.
memory.
Well, I hope you don't ask for more money and I get fired.
No.
Good. You're happy? You're satisfied?
Yeah, I'm CD Lamb happy.
Okay. Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Now I just need Rob not to ask for more money. All right, when we come back, we'll I've got some crazy non-sport stories. Including, Vic, you said that every dude has a thing.
Yeah,
that they're into sexually.
Or every woman or man. Everybody has a thing.
Do you judge people on their thing?
Nope. I'm just curious on what the thing is.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this guy's thing. I
Okay.
think you might judge it. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Now, you don't got a contract. You got nothing to lose. Is a 70-yard field goal in the offing soon? Will we see that this year?
Well, it depends on the win this week.
Mike McCarthy's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings at 6:45 and 9. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1. San Antonio Sports Star.
I don't know what your plans are this weekend, but they better include something hot on the grill because Tri-County Meat Market's got specials waiting on you this week. Head over today. Head over tomorrow, but head over to either one of those locations. Over on Huebner, out on Ralph Fair. Both of them going to be stacked full. You know, this weekend is worthy of something low and slow and hot and fast. I recommend if you go get something that you can cook fast. Get a couple of big old steaks or maybe one of those stuffed chicken breasts, put it on the grill. Or maybe do the hors d'oeuvres all the way through the meal. Get some stuffed jalapenos, get some of their fajitas, all the stuff that they've made for you that all you got to do is heat up a grill, charcoal, or gas. It all turns out fantastic. The specials are going to be going on all weekend long. Grab yourself a brisket, Wagyu or not. Let it go all weekend. Have it ready for a Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock game. That's what I'm going to do. You should do the same. And don't forget, walk out the door without that 30 or 5 for 30. You're not doing it right. 5 items, $30. I guarantee you there are 2 meals in this. This is meat, produce, all you need to cook. It's the best deal in San Antonio. Go find out at either location. They say it, and I believe it. A great meal starts with great meat. Head over to Tri-County today. Grab some of that good stuff on a grill. Take a picture of it, by the way. Upload it at SaSportsStar.com. You can get $50 Thursday at 6 o'clock. That's when Joe and Jason judge your meat. That's Tri-County. Head over today. Thank me later.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. You know, I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. You know, basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
If you love cowboy boots, you'll love this news. A new Tacova store is coming to 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Inside, you'll find the finest handmade cowboy boots, Western apparel, and accessories for men and women. While you shop, enjoy complimentary drinks, boot shines, custom hat and boot branding, and more. Check out the Tacova's grand opening at 5300 Broadway in Alamo Heights. Friday, October 4th through Sunday, October 6th. Enjoy live music and free swag for the first 50 folks in the door daily. Tacovas, don't go gently.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
The clock is ticking. Diamonds Direct's ultimate offer is almost over. Until September 30th, you can get 5 years of 0% financing on any purchase. It's the perfect chance for worry-free shopping with no interest and monthly payments customized for you. And now open Sunday, September 29th. Take advantage of this amazing opportunity. From luxury timepieces to engagement rings and more. Don't wait. Spread your payments over 5 years with 0 interest on approved credit. Only until September 30th. For details and more, visit DiamondsDirect.com.
Don't you agree that it's a wonderful thing to save a dog's life? I certainly do, and I invite you to go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a $15 a month donation right now. Do it now, and Thomas J. Henry will generously match all charitable donations made this month online at puppyfoodbank.org. It's your chance to help save thousands of pets in our community, so please give a little to help save little guys like you. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org right now, and they'll send you a very nice gift.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety.
That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Book your tee time now to experience the all-new Olympia Hills. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that has been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Rediscover one of the premier golf courses in the greater San Antonio area, complete with a top-tier golf practice facility, a full-length driving range, and a 10,000 square foot short game area. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com. That's OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Arkansas Razorbacks, presented by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Pre-game coverage begins at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime. It's showtime. All right, Vic, you said it.
All right.
You don't judge people for their sexual desires.
Everyone's got their thing.
Whatever,
and you can't control it.
Whatever gets you there, right?
Right. Whatever it takes.
Well, Peter Stanley is a 42-year-old man. He was part of a private Facebook group called Monkey Sauce.
Do I want to know?
Where apparently there are people in this group that are sexually aroused by videos of monkey torture.
What?
Yep. Do you want to change your opinion? If your thing is watching monkeys get tortured, that's what gets you going?
Then I don't want to know you.
You're against that, right?
Yeah.
But you said you don't judge, but now you do. You
Well,
changed your mind.
That's too weird.
It's too weird?
I mean, come on.
Unbeknownst to Stanley, the group had been infiltrated by a...
So there's a group, a Facebook group about this.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was.
Well, there was, okay.
But now he posted he shared 3 videos and left comments such as a fave of mine right here on other posts of monkeys being tortured.
Yeah, that's mentally ill people right there.
The group got infiltrated by animal welfare activists and caught him. During a raid of his home, the detectives seized a mobile phone that contained 75 videos of monkeys in distress. Stanley was also found to have been searching on the internet for terms such as horse porn and how to tell if a baby monkey is distressed.
You got to be kidding me.
Now, following his arrest, he told police that he only joined the group out of curiosity. He was just curious on what it was. And the rules required, the rules of the group says you have to post 3 videos to prove that you wouldn't report the group to the authorities. Videos were between 7 and 15 minutes in length, showed baby monkeys being tortured by people believed to be in either Thailand or Indonesia.
And how long was this going on? How long has it been? Or did they say? Heaven knows.
It doesn't say. There's videos where they use pliers, hatchets, and machetes on monkeys. Now, he didn't make these videos.
Yeah, he's just finding them. But the whole point that they exist to begin with.
But
that's troubling.
And while most of the people, the thought was with the police, like, hey, it's pretty weird that this is what turns you on.
Yeah.
He said, well, it's not what turns me on.
Yes, it is.
He said, the reason why I do, it might turn those other guys on.
Right.
I like this site because I hate monkeys. Come on, bro. Who hates monkeys? Especially baby monkeys. Who hates baby monkeys?
I know, they're adorable.
That's crazy. You might not believe this, but now that this has been found out, his girlfriend that he was with for 8 years has decided to leave him. His employment's been terminated, and he's been living with his parents, who describe their son as a gentle giant and say they can't believe this has happened to their little boy, their little monkey torture porn boy. Gross. This is the worst person I've ever come across on the internet. And I've come
Yeah.
across some bad people on the internet. This is the worst.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things on or people and their things, and this is the first one.
They call him a caring man who's full of integrity. Come on.
No. Wrong.
In England, a police sergeant has been fired. It's very difficult to get fired as a police officer. At least in America, it is. In England, maybe it's
Yeah.
easier. He's into some weird stuff too. You might think this is weird.
Okay.
Although, I mean, you seem to be very open-minded, I must say.
Hey.
This particular police officer took pictures of himself while nude, and then crawled into a wooded area like an animal.
Okay. Where's this going?
And masturbated near a playground.
Of course.
The case was brought before the police department senior officer, who said children playing in a nearby park could have easily entered the same area and seen the 51-year-old man pleasuring himself. But fortunately, there were no children there at the time of this.
But there could have been.
There absolutely could have been. But he said, hey, the reason why I crawled into the woods was I didn't want anybody to see me. Well, it's like, well, you could have just done that in your bathroom or your bedroom with the door locked, and then no one would see you. But apparently he's really into
Is it the
public.
thrill of getting caught?
Yeah, he said they concluded the officer acted as he did to seek sexual gratification through public masturbation.
Wow.
Yep. So they said it was just the idea that the kids could have seen it was enough to fire him, so he is no longer a police officer.
I dated someone long time ago that loved the
Public sex?
Not the public sex, but she liked to steal little things, and the fear of getting caught, she liked that feeling of wondering if they're going to catch her or not.
Dude.
So that lasted, I went on a second date just to see, but.
I'm not going to name a name.
But yeah.
Someone last night,
when
we were up at the pizza place, I saw a lady there. It was a married couple.
Okay.
And the lady said, I like to steal beer glasses
from different places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
okay.
like, she said, I never take them if they're labeled with the restaurant. Like if the restaurant paid for them, it's going to have the name of their restaurant on them. But like,
oh yeah. Well, that'd be a nice collection.
For instance, there's like there was one yesterday that was a Dallas Cowboys star, and it was a Miller Lite glass. She was like, "Ooh, I'd like to get that one." And then her husband saw her do it and was like, "No,
put the glass back."
And she put it back, but she was saying that she's really into this. This is like a thing she's into.
Yeah, I freaked out.
So I guess that's a real thing.
Yeah.
I was always too scared to shoplift when I was a kid. I
didn't want to. I think I remember seeing somebody get caught one time and all the trouble they got through, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I just never wanted to, actually.
When I was about 15, my friend Steven he decided there was a special edition Playboy that it was like 100 pages of nothing but Pamela Anderson.
Oh.
And this was when Pamela Anderson was super hot. What a time.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
My first Playboy was the Madonna.
Oh, with the hairy armpits?
Yep.
I don't
that
like
was that was my first ever Playboy, and my dad bought it for me.
Nice.
I think I was like 13 or 14.
Nice.
Different times.
Different times.
Different times. Yeah.
But my friend Steven decided he was going to get this Pamela Anderson Playboy special edition. Would probably be I imagine it'd be a collector's item now.
Oh yeah.
But I was, again, I didn't do that type of thing. I was too scared to do it, but I was willing to be an accomplice. So
or witness.
Yeah. So I said, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna go through because it had the place had the detectors. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like because it was a video store. And
okay.
it was a Hastings. Do you have?
Yeah, we had a Hastings.
Okay,
here.
yeah. So it was a Hastings,
Mm-hmm.
and they had one of the little metal tags on the bag that it was in. He took that out, but he didn't know there was one on the inside. And so I went through first, and obviously I didn't beep, but then he went through and beeped.
Okay.
And I stood there in front of the where the guy who worked there would have to come out. So I was blocking him, and I acted like I'm so confused. Why would I be beeping? And my friend just froze. He didn't run. I was trying to be the blocker for him if he needed to take off.
Right.
He just stood there.
He got caught.
He got caught, and I can't even imagine. This was the worst thing that they could have done. They didn't call the cops. They called his mom.
Worse.
Oh,
that's worse.
Oh, so he had to go back in like a special security room, and then his mom came in, and he had to tell him, "Mom, I was stealing pornographic magazines."
Yeah.
I would have rather gone to jail.
Yeah.
God, give me jail,
Yeah.
please.
He's getting the belt.
Speaking of moms. Speaking of moms. A 20-year-old man in Taiwan has taken his mom to court for throwing away his comic book collection. They call it manga. Are you familiar with this? You got kids. Are they into anime and cartoons and stuff like that?
Peppa Pig and this is.
I think manga is kind of like. I think it's kind of like anime. I don't really know. I'm no expert in this field, and I don't allow my kids to be experts in that field.
Good. Yeah.
But I think that's what it is. But she, her son, she's a 64-year-old woman. Her son had 32 volumes of Attack on Titan comic books. They were living together, and he was buying so many comic books that they were like overflowing the house. So she came across these that were under an air conditioning unit and had gotten wet.
Okay.
So she decided to recycle them and free up some space.
Okay.
A lot of people live in Taiwan. You know, there's
how
much room do you think there is? He came home, got extremely angry, ended up calling the police on his mother. They had to go to court, and the judge sided with the son. He said, some of these 32 volumes are no longer in print. I'll never be able to get these back. So they punished her harshly, fining her 5,000 Taiwanese dollars.
Whoa.
Which is $160 American.
Oh, okay. There we go. That always freaks me out when people do that.
Her failure to respect her son's property rights was inappropriate, said the courts. And now, even though she paid the fine, the son is still unwilling to reconcile with the mom, but is also still living in the house. I feel like if your son was so mad at you that it was irreconcilable, we can't talk, we can't be friends, you wouldn't let him live in the house, right? Beat it, right?
I would totally no.
Beat it.
Get the heck out of here.
Well, sad story. It's sad to see a family fall apart over comics.
And yet it happened.
It happens all the time.
It happens all the time.
Happens all the time. All right. Let's hit our last break of the day and come back and do what we always do to end the show, the Daily Lines. We got football. We got baseball. We got UFC this weekend we'll look at as well. Right here on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, it is a Football Friday. We're going to be talking a lot of Cowboys football. John Machota with The Athletic will join us at 5:15.
But we'll also react to the Giants game from last night with Dat Wynn, former co-host, Cowboy linebacker. He will join us at 4:35.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes it easy to save money. When you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters, you'll earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
We have our first text. I didn't make this up. I just said, thank you guys. Love the show. JD's my fave. He's sexy. I swear that's our first text. I swear I didn't make it up.
You are sexy.
Did it come from you, Gigi?
Somebody sees you.
Oh, you're sweet. Thank
For who you really are. A good-looking gay man.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, football fans, Michael Vick here. I had an advantage. My legs were a weapon. 6,109 rushing yards, still unbeaten records. That's why I bet at BetUS.com. They offer American sports bettors an advantage. The industry's biggest bonus, a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. And get expert picks and predictions on their very own BetUS TV. Take advantage. Join me online at BetUS Sportsbook and Casino. BetUS, where the game begins.
Right now at Wendy's, you can get a small Frosty for $1. And literally everyone is going. The car behind you, going to get a $1 Frosty. The car ahead of you, already had one, going for a second. The person who cut you off earlier, you guessed it, $1 Frosty. Maybe it's all a sign for you to go get one. Just don't cut anyone off. No one likes that person. The iconic Frosty for $1, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Not valid in a combo. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, California, and via third-party delivery.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422. 800-714-8422.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, VH1, TLC, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC+. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
Hey, Cowboys fans, want to kick off tailgate season with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, Rowdy, and a Dallas Cowboys legend? Stop by the H-E-B, located in the Brooks Corner Shopping Center at 3323 Southeast Military Drive in San Antonio from 9 a.m. to noon on Saturday, September 28th. You'll even have a chance to enter to win tickets to an upcoming Dallas Cowboys home game, as well as tour the Hall of Fame bus and more. Don't miss out as we roll into town for the Dallas Cowboys tailgate tour presented by H-E-B.
What's on? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
They got to get me a drum set in here like I'm an old rock and roll DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Heck yeah. I play drums.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Played drums for years.
You should join a band with my son.
Oh, that's right. He does play.
He
plays guitar.
He plays
doesn't
guitar, yeah, but he doesn't know any drummers. He can't start a band because he can't find a drummer.
Oh.
But he's 12, so he doesn't know anybody, so he doesn't know drummers. Hard to find a 12-year-old drummer.
Yeah, but what songs does he know?
He plays a lot of ZZ Top, AC/DC.
Rush?
I don't think he plays Rush. Maybe he's a little too heavy for you. He might think you're too soft.
Why do I play Christopher Cross?
I don't know. You make it sound like you Rush. Rush.
It's the best band ever.
Oh, you're one of those.
Moving Pictures, the best album ever. Come on. I grew up in a different time than you.
Dude, you're way older than me, and have you not heard of a little album called Led Zeppelin 4?
Well, yeah, but I like Rush.
Rush
Remember,
sucks.
I like Big Red.
You've got terrible taste.
I like crackers and fruit and cucumbers. I love cucumbers and lemon. We're totally opposite.
Who are you?
And I hate beer.
Is your wife ugly?
No.
Okay. Are you sure? Because you have really bad taste.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, she's got a butt for days. So
Oh.
one of those.
Oh, did she get a surgery?
No.
Oh, it's all natural.
It's natural, man.
Gilberto says manga is source material for anime. Is it manga or manga?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I don't like source material for anime. I don't like that. I don't like anime. I'm against all those things. What I am for is making money. Let's try to do it daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, friends. Major League Baseball goes into the final weekend of the season. Reds at the Cubs today. Jamison Tyone going for the Cubbies. They're minus 140 favorites over the Reds. That's a day game. By the way, let's all put our hands together for the last Patrick Corbin day, maybe ever.
Yeah.
Got us to the window once again yesterday. Came through. The Nationals lose another game started by Patrick Corbin. Thank you for your service to our bankrolls. Made a lot of money off Patrick Corbin Day.
There you go.
The White Sox try to continue their 3-game win streak. They're going to try to make it 4. Garrett Crochet, they got their best pitcher on the hill. They're at the Tigers. Tigers minus 165. Now, the Tigers need this win because they're fighting for a wild card spot still.
Right.
I think but the White Sox had their best pitcher going. I don't know. I think I'm going Tigers. Ranger Suarez goes for the Phillies. They're at Washington. Trevor Williams going for the Nats. Phillies minus 185. Jared Jones and the Pirates are at New York. Carlos Rodon minus 175 are those New York Yankees. The Marlins are at the Blue Jays. Adam Aller for the Marlins. Jose Barrios goes for the Jays. Jays minus 205. Ronel Blanco going for the Stros. Joey Cantillo for the Astros. The Guardians favored here, minus 125 at home. Taj Bradley and the Rays are at the Boston Red Sox. Nick Pivetta, Bo Sox, minus 135. Brady Singer goes for the Royals. They're at Atlanta. Max Fried. Brady Singer was really good for the first half of the season and has stunk out loud for about the last 10 starts. I would not want to back the Royals here. The Braves minus 185 favorites. Frankie Montas and the Brew Crew host the Mets. Sean Manaea going for the Mets. Mets minus 120. Dodgers are at the Rockies. Dodgers minus 190 on the road. The Rockies stink, no surprise. Cade Povich going for the Orioles. They're at Minnesota. Minnesota with their season on the line. Pablo Lopez goes for the Twins. Twins minus 162. The Texas Rangers throw Jacob deGrom, which makes sense. You know, you're eliminated from the playoffs. We ought to throw this guy who's coming off major surgery again and make sure we get the most, get our money's worth on this thing. So Jacob deGrom and the Rangers minus 155 on the road at the Angels. Reed Detmers going for the Angels. Yu Darvish and the Padres are at Arizona. Merrill Kelly going for the Snakes. D-backs minus 125. Miles Michaelis goes for St. Louis. They're at the Giants. Landon Roop for the Giants, minus 135. And Oakland, who sold out their stadium. Look at them. The final game in Oakland Coliseum, they sold it out. Good for them. Nice. They are plus 140 with J.P. Sears on the hill against the freshly eliminated Seattle Mariners. Maybe think about that. If you had the high of playing in front of a sellout crowd for the first time all year.
Right.
Now you're playing in Seattle against a team that just got eliminated. Who do you think's more hyped up right now? Has to be the A's.
Yeah.
I might take that plus 140 action, baby. Might take that plus 140 action.
Scared money don't make money.
Can't make it, baby. Can't make it. Broncos plus 7.5 at the Jets. Vikings plus 2.5 at Green Bay. Bengals minus 4.5 on the road in Carolina. Steelers are minus 1.5 at the Colts. I've said already, I like the Colts.
Right.
I think the Steelers are fool's gold. Give me the blue horseshoes to get the job done. Eagles minus 1.5 at Tampa. Boy, that's just going to be an ugly, ugly game. Jags are at the Texans. Texans are 6.5-point favorites. I think that's too many. Falcons are hosting the Saints. Pardon me. Falcons minus 2.5. The corpse of the L.A. Rams take on the Chicago Bears. The Rams are 3. I say that. The corpse of the Rams beat the 49ers last week. So, maybe I'm overreacting.
Well,
but
the 49ers are missing McCaffrey.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Patriots are at the 49ers. 49ers 10.5-point favorites. The Washington Commanders, the Commandos, are 3.5-point dogs at Arizona. Total in that game is 50. Should be a smorgasbord of points. Yep. The Chiefs 7-point favorites at the Chargers. The Browns 1.5-point dogs at Vegas. And the lowly Buffalo Bills circle the wagons. They are plus 2.5 at Baltimore. We'll get to the Monday night games next week. College football, take a look at some of the big games. One game tonight, the Miami Hurricanes, 17-point favorites against Virginia Tech. I'd be interested in them at 17, I think. I didn't like 17.5. Maybe 17 I could get behind if I was desperate for some football action tonight. Right. Minnesota is at Michigan. Michigan's a 10-point favorite. That total is 35. 35. Gross. Ole Miss, 15.5-point favorites hosting Kentucky. Nebraska, it's corn. They're 10-point favorites at Purdue. Kansas State, a 5-point favorite hosting Oklahoma State. Maryland catching 7 at Indiana should that game get played. That game looks like it's right in the line of the Hurricane.
Yeah.
So the weather's going to be hell there. But Indiana's been a unit. They've just been running through teams. Buffalo's at UConn. I like UConn to get the job done. UConn a 6-point favorite there. Navy at UAB. Navy minus 3.5 at UAB. They played last year, and they exposed Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer is a dummy coach, has no business being a coach. Navy ran all over him. They had no answers for him. He had nothing on offense for Navy, and Navy's a 3.5-point favorite on the road here. I think Navy absolutely drills UAB. So give me the mids to get the job done. Texas State and Sam Houston, a little interstate rivalry, baby. Texas State 10-point favorites at Huntsville. Notre Dame a 7-point favorite hosting Louisville. USC minus 15.5 hosting Wisconsin. Arkansas plus 5.5 at Aggie. Colorado, Coach Prime. 14-point dogs at Central Florida. Oklahoma and Auburn back on the board. Oklahoma a 1-point dog now at Auburn. UNLV hosts Fresno. We've talked a lot about UNLV this week. I'm going to tell you this. Haj Malik Williams is going to be just as good as Matthew Sluka. I know that you'd probably say, oh, UNLV lost their quarterback. How can we back that team? They're going to be fine. They're better than Fresno State.
Right.
Give me UNLV to pull through, get the job done. I think everybody's going to want to bet against them here. That's when you want to jump on. That's when you want to jump on, boys. Liberty Bibbity, minus 3.5 at Appalachian State. Liberty, one of the remaining unbeaten G5 teams out there. Louisiana, Raging Cajuns are at Wake Forest. They're catching 3.5. I like them to probably beat Wake Forest, in fact. I think Wake Forest stinks. UTSA catching 3 at East Carolina. Texas minus 38 hosting Mississippi State.
I don't know.
Listen, man, they're going to do what they want to that team. They're going to do that team old country way.
All control, yeah.
Clemson minus 21.5 hosting Stanford. Clemson's been really good since that opening game against Georgia, and we were kind of like, oh, Clemson sucks, but now they're starting to look pretty solid. Iowa State minus 16 at Houston. I think Houston gets drilled here. Rice, the Rice Owls, 6.5-point home favorites against Charlotte. North Texas laying 7, hosting Tulsa. Georgia, Alabama down to 1. Georgia minus 1 at Alabama. Total in that game is 49.5. I'm leaning to that. I'm leaning to the Tide, but I think I'm just going to be a spectator on this thing.
Okay.
And a top 25 matchup between Illinois and Penn State. Penn State minus 18. Texas Tech, 3-point favorites against Cincinnati. I kind of like Cincinnati here.
Yeah.
And who else? Oregon, UCLA. Oregon minus 25.5. And Arizona, 8.5-point dogs going into Utah. So there you go. There's college football for the weekend. We do have, guess what's back on, I think? Oh, no, that's not. Yeah, it's on Sunday. Ladies basketball. Las Vegas Aces, New York Liberty. Liberty Bibbity.
Oh, the Liberty Bibbity.
Give me the Aces +4 at the Liberty. The Aces, they turn it up in the playoffs, baby.
Okay.
Turn it up. And they own the Liberty. Especially in the playoffs. They've beat their ass constantly. UFC this weekend is in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
In France.
That's right.
I think it's going to be on in the middle of the day. So if you find yourself looking at some crappy football game going, oh, I'd rather watch the fights. I'd rather see some violence. You can do that. We got a Texas kid on the card, Victor Altamirano. I guess he's born in Mexico, but lives in Texas.
Yeah.
He fought on the regional scene in Texas. He's a minus 130 favorite against Daniel Barres, who's he is a can crusher. He's fought a bunch of scrubs. I think that our guy gets the job done. And in the main event of the evening, we've got Renato Money Moicano against Benoit Saint-Denis. Saint-Denis a minus 290 favorite, under 2.5 rounds, minus 210. My guess is this does not go very long. Moicano is a tough dude, but he's overmatched here, I think, by Saint-Denis. So give me Benoit Saint-Denis by finish in that one. So there you go. Take a breath, Vic. We made it.
Made it through.
Who needs Rob? Right?
Right?
Like, we don't need that guy. Don't tell him, you know what? Text Rob. Tell him don't bother showing up on Monday. We don't need him.
We're good.
We don't need him. We don't need any help.
Yeah, the coach won't talk to him anyway.
That's bad. Coach is mad at him. But and yeah, it's there's also we have boxing this weekend up at Madison Square Garden. I forgot about that.
Right.
And we got some San Antonio action. Kendo Castañeda against Elvis Rodriguez. Unfortunately, San Antonio not favored to do well in this fight. Elvis Rodriguez minus 2,500.
What?
Yeah. So if you believe in San Antonio, you believe Kendo Castañeda is going to get the job done, you can make 10-1.
Okay.
You bet $10, you make 100. You think he does it? No. He's not going to do it.
He's not going to do it.
Not going to do it. So there you go. That's a look at the daily lines. Basically the weekend lines. I say the daily, but it's the weekend lines. Yeah. But there's going to be some good baseball over the weekend, some deciding games. And then Monday, it looks like we'll have that doubleheader between the Braves and the Mets. We'll also have the Seahawks and the Lions on Monday Night Football. Oh, I wonder which Monday night game we're going to carry. We better carry that one.
Yeah, I didn't look yet. Let me see.
Monday Night Football. Oh, no, we picked the bad one.
Oh, someone lost the coin flip. Man.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. You can hear both. But we should have switched them. On San Antonio, on 94.1, you're going to get Titans-Dolphins starting at 6:15.
Okay.
On 12:50, you'll get Seahawks-Lions at 6:30.
Oh, okay. Well,
Monday Night Football presented by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. That's what I was drinking last night. I drank about 5 free Flights by Yingling. That was nice. But yeah, one good game on Monday and one game between the Titans and the Dolphins. Will Levis and Skylar Thompson. Yay. Yay, sports games. Nice. Vic, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm actually going to do some old school barbecuing.
Oh, yeah? What are you cooking up?
Just some burgers and hot dogs for the kids. And
all right.
Heck yeah.
You're going to be grilling.
Grilling, old school style.
Yeah.
Stick burner and everything.
Hell yeah, Bubba. All right, folks. Thanks for listening. Hope you at least tolerated the show today. We'll try and be better on Monday. You guys have a good one. Blitz starts at 2 from some football stadium.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
Ahead of the field and throws it down with a right hand.
Your home for the NBA. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday night at 7:20. The Cowboys are in the Steel City taking on Pittsburgh.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
You asked for it, you got it. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Cash out anytime to your bank account, PayPal, or e-gift card. Download the free Upside app now and use promo code RADIO for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back on your first fill-up. That's promo code RADIO.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor